Welcome to another exciting edition of the Voice of the College Nation radio show. I'm the chief host of College Genesis, bringing you to interesting conversation, titles, and cultural critique like no one else can. This is a pinnacle show of internet. We do it as always. We light the fire here, and the bottom line is this: the old saying, "If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen." Because the College Genesis is here, slaughtering sacred cows and everything. If you have a sacred cow, you bring here to the slaughter, College Genesis, College Nation Slaughterhouse, and I'll slaughter that sacred cow for you. I don't come with a little tipply tulip and a little paring knife. I come with a double-bladed axe, swinging my axe to strike down fools, sacred cows, and everybody else that's doing harm to our people and to doing harm to justice. Tonight's topic is, and like I always say, I always leave the topic because it was something that usually sparks me from another show. Usually always leads me to my next topic, right? Can there be peace and unity between feuding factions within our people? Tonight I want to talk about the gender wars, right? And I know for a fact of the matter, before I even start, what's going to happen is these stupid black immigrants, these useless people, are going to come in here. What about us? We're not, and they just glutton for punishment and everything like that. And I can't tell them how irrelevant these people are to me and to us. They're completely so irrelevant, but they think they're important, right? And I'm gonna say some stuff tonight about that. So the bottom line is this: people always ask, "Oh, when can be peace?" No, you can only have peace when two people respect each other and they're equals and everything. I can't have peace with somebody I fundamentally have no respect for. I don't admire. That just don't work like that. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to me. If I think you people are nothing, no good, whatever like that, bunch of savages, you ain't gonna get no respect from me. So that's never gonna happen. I may like you and everything like that, but respect, that takes a little doing. But tonight we're talking about the gender wars, and also, like I said, given what our good sister Mystic Dime said yesterday, I began thinking, right? Do you know? It seems like black women in general are doubling down on what they believe, and maybe it's true. Men make, women take. And some women believe not just taking people's money, right? They think they're entitled to a man's time. They think they're entitled to a man's good. Oh, that guy's a good man. Okay, so you feel like because a good man, his goodness, you're going to take and milk that his goodness for your own personal benefit. What does he get out of that, right? He's a good man. He's a good friend of mine. Every time I need something, he's right there and whatnot. So women feel like they're entitled to your goodness, right? Just like men feel like some women, they're entitled to their bodies. So as long as both sides have this entitlement to each other, we have a problem here. But the thing is, society has spent the last, I would say, 50 years telling men it's wrong to objectify women and say that you look at a woman for sexual gratification, objectifying women and stuff like this. What about women when they objectify men? Why is it okay for women to objectify men? Oh, wow, man, he's a strong man. He could raise my two sons and whatnot. Well, what does he get out? Are you going to give him a kid? No. But he's such a good role model and stuff like that. He's a provider and everything. So you're taking the fact that he's a man, he's a provider, and everything, use it for your own benefit, right? But that's okay, right? It's like a man who use a woman for sex and everything like that. And say, yeah, she had a good body. She gives it to me every time, like that. That's what you want from her, just sex, whatever like that. Your carnal thing. Same thing. Women use men for their what they can get out of them, their back power, their muscle, the ability to be a breadwinner, a provider, everything like that, a protector, whatever, and stuff like that. So women use men use women. The difference is when men use women, they're called out on it. When women use men, they're praised for it. What the hell is Dr. Dre's wife? She wants $30 million a year. What the hell does she do to deserve $30 million a year of his hard-earned money? I mean, and then women try to justify that. Why? Because she bore his children. She deserved the friggin' half. She really wants. He's worth $1 billion. She really wants half of that. She wants most of that. She could get away with taking all his money, right? $1 billion for herself, and not even think of it. You didn't earn that money. Nobody knows who you are when that, but people supported Dr. Dre, bought his music and everything, and he has a catalog of music he built himself. Why do you feel like you're entitled to what he built? That's how women are. They're entitled to what men built, and everything like that. So I ask this question: can there be peace and unity among our people when people go into relationships, right? Thinking about how they could get over on each other. How can you basically scheme it? In other words, basically, I listened to Mystic Diamond yesterday. I went back and I really thought about it because it really bothered me what she was saying. She said, "Yeah, a man that's a thug, that's his raw nature and stuff like that." So, in other words, you want a good guy, whatever like that, you can marry, right? But just like I've been in a relationship like this before. I've been in with women like Mystic Diamond before, right? That love thug, like super thug. Let me tell you about who's super thug. Super thug comes in, he got the 6-pack abs, he got the dreads on, he got the dreads, the braids, whatever like that. He wears a wife beater and everything like that. He comes in, he got he gives them that good sex. Boy, he break it down. And he like the cheering too and that. Every once in a while he be playing with the children and that. All the baby mamas in the community love him and whatnot, and the fellas got the respect, man. Super thug, man. Quick to bust a nigga up and whatnot, and bust a cap in somebody's ass. He's super thug, He flies through the air with the greatest of ease. He's super thug. He's super thug. Anyway, so super thug is running around. That's who they desire from every day. So when they get with an ordinary guy, they consider lame, right? They say, okay, I settle for a lame guy, right? But let me tell you something about that type of woman, right? She's always going to remind you you're not super thug. She's going to say things that basically like, question your masculinity, question, call you a sissy, call you this. Oh, he don't fight. He can't fight. You ever have a woman tell you can't fight or you don't want to fight when that because maybe you're a peaceful guy? I'm like, do you know how good I can fight? And you have to tell friends to tell her, oh, he could fight. He works in a club. He could fight. Oh, he don't seem like the type to fight. Why? Because I'm mild mannered and everything like that. But yet, I'm the type of person when I used to go up against these so-called super thug types, I break them down. Because the bottom line, when it's just you and him and everything like that, I always come out on top. Super thug is good at intimidating people, getting people to work how they do what they want to do, but it's not going to friggin' intimidate somebody like me. And I'm a nice guy, mild-mannered guy, cool guy and everything. I'll never be the super thug, But the females, for one female I was with, she constantly in subtle way remind me, you ain't super thug, You ain't super thug. So you ain't my first choice, I'm with you right now, but don't get out of line and whatnot. I'm still at night, my heart beats for super thug and whatnot. So if you find yourself in that situation, get out of it, fellas. Get the hell out of that situation because it doesn't work, It does not work. Women will use men and whatnot because you're available. They know you're responsible. You're going to do all this stuff like that for them and everything like that. But the thing is, they're never going to respect you, And it gets back to this whole thing about women expecting single men to be mentoring. It's not just mentoring, right? Anybody can mentor like that. But what they want is co-parenting. They want you to spend your time as a single man instead of you going out there finding your own woman, your own life, co-parent their kids. Go pick their kids up from the school bus, make sure their kids get home and everything like that. Pick them up when you out with your girls and whatnot, come over your house and do or your kids. They want a co-parent situation that you didn't bring that kid in this world, right? So you have no business co-parenting anybody, So I looked at as suspicious when people say I'm mentoring a bunch of boys and you're a single man with no wife, no kids of your own. I'm sorry. I think that's funny. I think funny of that, And what do you mean by think funny? Well, the bottom line is back in the days when somebody thought funny, it was usually an older guy that is too friendly with children and too friendly with certain types of women. We say we think funny of him, In other words, he's strange, he's creepy, basically like that, I will think you're a creep if you ain't got no wife, no woman, no anything, like this. Yeah, it's like Zongo, Zongo, the type that wants to mentor boys and whatnot. This that thing, go out there and mentor somebody else's kid and everything like that, So the bottom line is this, it's beyond sipping. It's the bottom line is we have a society that expects men to take their time. Your time is your time. Your money is your money. Your ability and your wisdom and everything belongs to you. Now, if you want to part wisdom to somebody else or whatever like that, that's fine. But don't let anybody tell you you're obligated to do something out of some concern for the so-called community. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Fuck the community. Because the community does not respect you, and they don't respect. As a matter of fact, when you go do this stuff for the community, they respect you even less. Who do the community respect? Super Thug who makes the babies all over the place. And he got like 5 different baby mamas. That's who they always run to. That's who they respect. That's a real man. Mystic Dime said it last night. Yeah, that's a man because he's raw and blah, blah, blah. That's like this. Well, Colin, did she strike a nerve? Like, no, because when she said that, it just reminded me of a relationship I was in, right? I did everything for this bitch, And the bottom line is I was not Super Thug, She settled for me because I was a good guy, did everything for her, bought her a car, did all stuff like this, right? But in her mind, everything like that, when she told me, you got to go home out of nowhere. You got to go home, whatnot, and well, you don't want to see me, you don't want to hug me, whatever like that. Sometimes, whatever like that, kicking me out of bed, whatever like that. She was really into Super Thug, I was just somebody just filling up the time until Super Thug came back around. So the bottom line is, it is my ancestors. Look, Africa has the most number of baby daddies. And this is what I'm seeing, sick and tired. This guy, that lady Mizza, one of Diane's friends on YouTube or Facebook, she made this stupid comment like, baby mama culture is Black American culture. First of all, I was just talking to Bomani. Ghana is full of nothing but single women with children and whatnot. Africa is full of baby mamas, right? I would say most kids in Africa are born out of wedlock with no parents or anything like that. Did she have kids? No, she didn't have kids. Zongo, you fucking moron. She didn't have kids and whatnot, But she wanted Super Thug. I know deep down inside she wanted Super Thug, And I was just, I was good because I had a car, I got a good job. We went out to dinner and stuff like that, movies, and she liked having fun with me and everything. But in her heart was she want that nigga that, that bust guns and bust got, her ex-boyfriends and whatnot that guy that doing 30 years in jail and shit like that. That's what she really wants, And so bottom line, I'm just telling men out here nowadays, don't let anybody shame you into doing things you don't want to do, Don't let them do it, because I've been down that road, I've been down that road, I've been down that road, Yeah, simply says, ain't no community. Yeah, there's no damn community. Everybody creates this fake ass thing called a black community that does not exist. There's no communing among black people. Everybody does what the fuck they want to. Everybody's out to rob everybody. Everybody's out to denigrate everybody. Everybody's out to freaking put somebody down, steal from you, misrepresent you, sully your name, sully your reputation. There's no love in the so-called black community. Just a bunch of people put together that hate each other, a bunch of people put together that hate each other. That basically, as soon as you get some money or whatever like that, you're the fuck out of there. You don't want to be around these people, And I don't blame you. Who wants to be around negative people all the time? I want to build a real community, like where people are around. Don't mean that everybody's successful. It just means that people are positive. They keep a positive spirit. You could basically be working at McDonald's, right? To me, if you got a positive attitude, positive spirit, and you got goals and everything like that, and you are constantly praising other people, and you're not spewing out negativity out of your mouth all the time, I'll be with you than somebody who look like they got something that's always spewing out negativity. So which we go. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But tonight, that's what we're talking about. Can there be peace in either feuding factions? How can there be peace among not only that black males and black females, right? How can there be peace between black African Americans and other diasporas and everything when we think so lowly of each other? Every time, like last night, I played a clip from the movie A Piece of the Action. And the one lady that was giving positive advice, all of the immigrants and the Africans were like, see, that's us. And the people that were the ghetto kids, That's African American. So in other words, forget about the black people in America that's successful and everything. Me, my family, everybody I know, all the black people I don't know and everything. But everybody, every African American's ghetto and all Africans and black immigrants that's got all this sage of wisdom and knowledge and everything like that. They do nothing wrong, even though they're coming from depressed third world countries that failed and everything. But yeah, but they're gonna come here and tell us what to do. See, when you start talking stuff like that, there can be no unity. There's never going to be a unity between black people. So like I said, Pan Africa is a farce. It died. It petered out on the vine. It was never meant to be. It was never meant to be. So we'll open up the chat in a little while and whatnot. But that's what we're talking about tonight. Can there be truly peace and unity? And me personally, I'm not about peace. I'm not about unity. I'm about what's right. Now, once we discover what's right and what's just and what justice is and fairness is, then we could talk about peace. Well, you cannot have peace when people basically are antagonistic towards each other and whatnot. Where people basically are trying to do each other in and stuff like that, and basically bearing false witness. The Bible in the Ten Commandments says, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor." Bearing false witness against somebody is against the Bible. Is one of the 10 Commandments. And I see this all the time now with these people that get on here. Black America this, Black America that, Black America this. You're bearing false witness. You're bearing false witness against thy neighbor. And when you do that, it could be never any unity, never any love, everything. You and that group of people are nothing but enemies. That's what it is. You're always going to be forever enemies. So this is what I'm talking about. Zongo says, 20% of black men give birth to black children. What do I say? 60% of men. Well, the bottom line is most black men are out there getting their careers done and everything. We're having kids much later in life. That's why the birth rate in Black America is picking up now, but it's so low because we're not having kids like that, like we used to. Even though marriage rates has fallen in Black America, so has birth rates. Which tells me there's a strong emphasis on in Black America still about marriage and stuff like that. That baby mama culture is the exception, not the rule. It's not something that's endorsed. It's something that's actually frowned upon. That's what that means. So yeah. So he said, I can't go with black crabs on the continent. The bottom line is this, Chukwu, I suggest whatever you take it, you should take your plan, your message to Nigeria. You probably have a good time telling them what you say and everything like that. But your message is not needed here. It's not wanted in Black America. We don't need somebody like Chukwu telling us what to do. You guys don't know anything about our culture. You don't know anything about our history. Nothing about the nuances of Black America, whatnot. It's more to it than just somebody like that. The bottom line is this: Western culture, Black America is part of Western civilization. Western civilization is marriage is going down, church attendance is going down, all these things that's across the board. So just that some things hit the Black community harder, but it's an overall trend in Black America. Overall trend in Black America. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Can there be a peace and unity, be feuding factions? Can Black men and Black women get together, and Black women and Black men get together, and on their differences out when that? I don't know. And like I said, I really don't know. I think like I said, our sisters got really high expectations and standard. And if the sisters would just say, "Look, I want to do." This is how you get a Black woman right now. Either you're a thug, or you got a college education, or you're an NBA player, or a record, or got a record deal. Then you're guaranteed to get certain types of the choice women's in our community. You got to have that college degree. What Black women tell you like this, because they know at least with a college degree, you're guaranteed to make some sort of living, whatever like that. They could say, okay, worst comes to worst, I got my degree, you got your degree, we'll live a certain type of lifestyle, whatever like that. But they're not gonna get with somebody now, unless you some little pretty boy nigga, right? And that only lasts for two until you like around 31, 32. Then they tell you you gotta get the fuck out of here because women do not take care of men forever. I know women like that. So I got you, I got the bills and everything like that. They do think they got, yeah, she got everything like that. Oh, that'll last for a little while, right? But after a while, a woman is like, why are you sitting there playing PlayStation all day? And next thing you've seen it before, what you call it, the dudes get put out of his shit, sit out on the street one night. Like, what the fuck happened? Now he got to call those other chicks that that wanted him and everything like that. See who he could bum a house with, who he could live with, and stuff like that. So it's a lot to this thing. And then what black sisters do is they make it seem like all black men are that type of dude. No, that's not the case. That's not the case where most black men are like that. That's the men she chose to be with and everything. Because she was attracted to that type of black men. She thought he was cute, thought it was funny and everything like that. They had a good time. And then after a while, she's like, yo, this guy, I'm getting up here working every day. I'm paying for everything. It's just in a woman's nature to be like, something's not right here. He's supposed to be providing for me. That's just nature. You ain't supposed to, a woman's not supposed to provide for a man. It'd be for a temporary time. You got women, they got money, they got it like that. And they'll take care of a man because they just want to be with a couple. But after a while, right? I don't care how rich that female is she's going to be like, something, I don't need you around, blah, blah, blah. It's time to move on, blah, blah, blah. Now, a man, on the other hand, a woman a woman that he's attracted to, she don't have to do anything for so long as she keeps her looks up, so long as she keeps her looks up and everything like that, she can stay as long as he wants. That's how men do, because it's our natural instinct to be protectors and be paternalistic. But women, no, it's not gonna last. It'll last for a little while, but it won't last. So it won't last. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Can we basically Rafat said, I want more children, but it's about, yeah, you better find the right woman, or you're in a world of trouble, what's your solution? All I do is put it out there. What's my solution? Look, I just put it out there. I'm a culture critic. I say what's wrong. I put it out there. And it's up to people to, like I said, you will not like what I do. I would do, Kano, Nigeria is not the United States. Why do people keep comparing the United States, a modern Western civilization, to a third world country or whatnot, where everything is done like in like 3 centuries behind and whatnot? Once people get into the modern age, these things like marriage and stuff like that, it's just don't really take heed anymore. So we're not going to be like Kano land and everything like that. No culture is above criticism. Look, I never said my culture is above criticism. I'm a culture critic. I'm the biggest critic of Black America, but I put it in context. But your problem is you don't have the context to criticize Black America, African Americans. You don't have the context. I do. This is my people. I know them. I'm the biggest critic of Black America. He said, I've been to Ghana, Nigeria. There's no comparison there. Felt like a different world. Yeah, it's a different world. Shit, yeah, it's a damn different world. You go to any of those parts of the area, yeah, marriage will work good because women ain't got no choice. You probably have 2 and 3 wives and everything like that, But you try doing that same thing here where women got rights. They got the courts, they got judges, they got the police, they got 911, they got all these things. They got food stamps, they got Section 8, they got alternatives to your shit, You can't just put the law down on them saying, you're my wife, woman, obey. When I don't work like that in America. Do you guys understand the cultural context, what you're dealing with? We're not in Africa, We're not in Africa. We're in America. So this idea that you're going to basically keep comparing Africa and America together as far as like marriage and culture and everything, is just preposterous. It's just really ridiculous. Colin, you have live streams with your so-called librarian wife. No, my librarian wife is not going to be on these live streams. Why would she? You know, she'll need to be here. I don't want nobody knowing my wife. I keep my private life private. You know, my private life is my private life. So I don't need to have wife up on here when not. That's for me. That's my pride and joy. My wife is my pride and joy. You know, and the bottom line, I'll do anything to protect her. I don't want nobody talking to her. I don't want nobody scrutinize her and everything like that. You know, no, I'm not gonna have my librarian wife up here. You know, no self-respecting man would bring his wife on these YouTube channels and whatnot for these people out here who I can't stand. Another person sent a message to my website and whatnot. You know, if I suspect who did it, I'm gonna ban them. You know, go to my website when my partners call me. Like, what's going on with these bad messages? I think talking about your radio. What the fuck did what I say on this channel and everything like that have to do with my business? What the hell I do? Did you buy a product for me? You know, the website is for people who did business with me and they give me a review about what my service was. The website is not for me, my radio show. Do you people stupid? And this is what I say. You people call yourself, and I know who it is. You stupid black immigrants, whatnot. You low IQ black immigrants, whatnot. You don't know the freaking difference between this is my pleasure and everything like that. You don't eat where you don't shit where you eat, and you really don't shit where I eat. You know, this is where I shit. You know, my business is where I eat. You never shit and eat in the same place. That's what you Africans and black immigrants never fucking understand. You know, you don't shit in the same spot that you eat in. You know, so I don't basically bring my business and everything here. That's where I eat. You know, my business is where I eat. This is where I shit. You know, I don't shit and eat at in the same spot. You know, I go so play. That's the first thing of civilization. You ought to find out where you eat and where you shit. You know, where you eat and where you put your shit at. You know, that's the first thing people figure out when they have a village, they have a city, and everything like that. In most cultures and everything, but it seems like African cultures, they like eating and shitting in the same place. That's why it's so easy for them fucking to go after my business and everything like that. You know. And the bottom line is, bottom line, I do keep my business goddamn private, nigga. You know, people found my business because I put my real name up here on the PayPal, but I'm not doing that no more. And I urge anybody that's a moderator, don't post my PayPal information up here no more. You know, I don't want my real name going out there and stuff like that because, like I said, people, these black stupid immigrants, right? They don't know how to shit and eat in two different places. You know, I eat and shit. You want to shit on me? Okay, come right here to this platform. We shit on each other, right? But you leave my fucking business and stuff like that on. That's where I eat. I never go after somebody where they eat at, you know? What does dumb ignorant motherfucker say? He said, Colin, you eating poop? And said, yeah, right. You know, the bottom line is this, you know, let me get this guy's comment out of here. This stupid nigga's comment out of here. Yeah, look at this dumb nigga's comment. Put him on timeout. You're in timeout, dude. You know, one more comment like that, you're gonna be banned for good. Do not mention my wife on this chat. I don't want nobody mentioning my wife ever on this platform. Never. You don't mention her name. You don't make no reference to her. Why not? You want to freaking talk shit to me? Talk shit to me all you want. You leave my business and you leave my wife out of this shit. You know, you come for my business, you come for my wife. We got problems. You know, you don't shit where you eat. You know, and you really don't shit where I eat. So Negroes don't understand that, you know. You know, so the bottom line is this, you know, it's like, the bottom line, it's not even like they mess with my pockets, right? Because I'm like this, I'm a boss, right? I'm a boss, but just the fact of the matter, we have a website and people come and put shit up there for the public to view. And if somebody wants to come to my website, business people, and they see something, first of all, they're gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about? It has nothing to do with the business, right? So you're not hurting me, right? So the bottom line is, why are you wasting your time talking about something I did on this show when it's not gonna make a difference when somebody wants to do business with me and everything? That it just, to me, it's just annoying that somebody would go out of their way to bring this where I shit, you know, to where I eat, you know. You never do shit what I eat. You never do shit what I eat. Yeah, I know. Elvis is slick. I know Elvis is slick. He acts like he's like forced and everything like that, but he be saying some slick shit all the time. You know, and slick shit sometimes. As Zongo says, a lot of blacks hate each other. Blacks say, yeah, but this is coming from mostly black immigrants. I thought that black immigrants were so successful. If they're so successful, man, you be like, successful people don't go around trying to fuck somebody else's up that's successful. You're just like, okay, when I see somebody successful, they're doing this shit. When there's like a success people. That's what people don't seem to understand, right? Why so many black people support Donald Trump? They see him as a success, right? And it's always successful black people that support Donald Trump. You ever notice that? It's successful people in business and everything that support Donald Trump, because they basically like, yeah, he made it, I made it. Well, let's just talk about success. That's how it usually goes. When people are successful, like they want to talk to other people successful. Go to any golf club or anything like that. You'll see black, white, Chinese, everybody having drinks, playing golf and everything like that. Color and all that shit does not matter when you're dealing with people with success, You know? Say, would that be peace and unity, feuding factions? Yeah, no, I don't believe it. So, bro, if you want to come up here and explain to me how we could do that and everything, I really don't think so. I really don't think there's going to be peace and everything like that, because I'm just seeing too much, not just on here and everything like that. Just the whole atmosphere. I'll talk to Bomani tonight. Bomani had like a 2-hour conversation, and like he's like fed up with this shit too. It's like we put our life into Africa and the Pan-African movement, and for just we're not getting any reciprocation. We're not getting anything. Africans don't appreciate shit, whatever like that, and just everything's just going to shit, man. Really, to tell you the truth. So I don't know how we could keep talking Pan-Africanism and stuff like that. Now Africa is about to go into a new phase in their history, right? Where they are making alliances with Russia, China, and stuff like that. Black America really have no place in modern Africa. We have no place in modern Africa. We have no stake on the continent no more. So it's almost time for us just to leave the place. Go there and visit. And I would urge people go out and visit and everything. But as far as like geopolitical politics and stuff like that, getting at like there's this one website that they shut down. They said, we've been the platform. It's called Africa something, whatever like that. It's a radical thing. Now, at first I was like, yeah, you was take off Twitter, like okay, like that. But I'm saying like, so I said to one guy, he like inboxed me, yeah, we gotta get out. I said, look, I can't help you no more. I can't help you. I'm so far removed from what you guys are going with this shit with Africa. When I don't know anymore. I don't know if that's in my people's best interest anymore. Supporting this radical shit that they're trying to pull on the continent, And I'm like, I don't know. I wish y'all a lot of luck and everything like that. But we have no stake and no business on the continent. We have nothing. We have nothing tangible on the African continent. You know. And Hustle started saying, yeah, treat Africa like a playground. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna have to come to. Go a place where you have a good time, everything like that. That's why ancestors came from. You have a good time. But thinking there's gonna be some revolution and we're gonna come together in kumbaya and build this bliggity black Africa and we're gonna be boiling out of control because we got all these businesses going on. Like Africa's a future. That's a fucking lie from the pit of hell. Africa is not no goddamn future. That's a lie. Chugo said, I support Trump. The bottom line, if you support Trump, you would deport yourself. Trump wants to do a mass deportation. So hopefully Chupo will be like, yo, so I support Trump. Let me get on the first plane out of here when she gets elected. I'm gonna take one for the team. I'm gonna deport myself. So hopefully Chuko could do that. Yeah, it's a lie from the pit of hell. Africa is not the damn future, Mufasa. You want to come up here and debate me on that? Africa is not the damn future. I'm sick and tired of being optimistic and whatnot. Ain't no optimistic shit. I'm just telling you like it is. I've done all the study. Nobody studied this more than I have. The way Africa is going, sliding, it's sliding. If Africa survives in the future, that'd be a miracle. Much less talk about being the future. That's a lie. That's a lie. And I'm sick and tired of people telling our people that. It's a lie. Now, if you want to do something, let's build a continent, get these fucking corrupt leaders out of there, and let's build the Afghanistan. Let's build all the stuff like that I talk about. Then Africa has a chance. But right now, the way it is right now, Africa's not rising. Africa's going down the fucking pit to the pits of hell. That's the truth. You know? That's a pits. That's Africa's going down to the pits of hell. That's the truth. People don't like the ugly truth. You know? So people don't like the ugly truth. You know? The ugly truth will introduce you to his first cousin called what? Dr. She's another one, Dr. Arkan. She's another fake, a fraud. We exposed her years ago. She's a phony and a fraud. Another grifter. She's another grifter. She was with all these international monetary stuff, all this like this. Now she's going around as a Pan-African crusader and whatnot. Stop it, So bottom line is this: Africa, future for Africans. Well, I look, if Africa becomes a future for Africans, that's fine. I'm cool with that, But I don't like people telling me that Black America is a sixth region of Africa. That's a lie. Even the UN, when they say the sixth region, they're talking about the Africans, the refugees who live overseas. I'll say that includes people like Elon Musk, Sharice Darren, the Indians that live in America that were born in Africa. That does not mean African Americans, Haitians, and Haiti, whatever like that. Does not include us. The sixth region of Africa just means Africans who are born in the continent that live in the West. That's a sixth region. The people who have to flee the continent. They're not talking about African Americans. Because to do so, they will have to redefine through treaty and stuff like that with the United States. That they will have to. Africans have to go to the United States and say we consider these people in America as a part of Africa, and that has never happened, and it never will. Because the United States will blow that shit up if you think you're going to take a good portion of that population that they make $1.5 trillion off of. And white America, we're a big cash cow to white America. So we're not going nowhere. They're not going to let us go any place. That's not going to, they make too much. Even though they may hate us, they make too much money off us. We're not, we give them their culture. We give them everything. So they feel like this, man. We're, Black America is their property. We're still their slaves, Yeah, Africa can't be the future when Africans don't care about the continent, If you had Africa care about the continent, Mike Owawale would be on the continent instead of being in my chat room. He'd be in Nigeria building something and everything and staying there, Yeah, Africans will never. The bottom line is this: everything you see about Pan-African is a freaking joke. It's just something we talk about online and everything like that. When it comes down to doing real business, Africans are with the Chinese, the Europeans, everybody else. They don't do any real business with Black America or the so-called diaspora and everything. It doesn't is because we don't have a government. Africans deal with governments. The African American didn't think it was necessary for him to have a state or government somewhere, which he can deal with other African places when not. We're in captivity in America. Africans come here, they deal with America. They say we don't need so-called Black Americans. We don't need y'all for. We go right straight to the boss. We go to the white man. So it is what it is, it is what it is, So can we be peace and unity? In fact, no. No, it's not going to happen. So I'm sorry to bust people's bubble, but it's disheartening. But it's not going to happen. So I've been like 38 minutes in the show. Let me put a link in the chat room. Yeah, Uzango said Ghana called y'all home. Look, Ghana's not our home. Ghana's not our home. Ghana can't call us home. America's our home. This is where we at and we're not. There was no infrastructure built between Black America and Ghana. So the bottom line, it was never anything serious. There's no infrastructure. No cities built. There was no industrial zones built. There was no technology cities built between Black America and Ghana and stuff like that. There was no infrastructure. There was no banking system built. There was no money system built. So what the hell? It was not a serious move. The year return was not anything else in Africa. It was everything like child's play. Go ahead, Ben. they're gonna say we're ungrateful. The bottom line is, I never asked for anything, for a thing like that. You're gonna give us some. What do black people in America gain from Ghana besides losing thousands of dollars of their savings and everything? How are we gonna be grateful for something that we didn't benefit from? They're grateful and that. Yeah. So in other words, basically, I get to go to Ghana, live in a third world country with no electricity, no running water, no nothing like that. Geez, just to live in Africa. Wow. Geez, I didn't know I was missing out on so much. You know. Everybody's talking about they're doing business and all. What kind of business and everything. What kind of business? We're not selling peanuts and whatnot. And everything. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, it was up now. I hear what you're saying about fathers with Africa falling off. I just got back from Europe, right? And I can see it's kind of, I want to say painful, but I can see what you're saying because once the African gets to the West, he feels that he's made it, and they are really pressed. Like if they marry I want to say marry, but have kids by a fat Polish woman or a German woman, they feel that they made it, and that having mixed
Oh yeah.
kids to them is a flex. You see what I'm saying? When we looked at by having mixed blood as shameful because of the rape and that kind of thing, they look at that as a come up. You know what I'm saying? They honestly believe that the white man's ice is colder, and they don't mind being his do boy. They really don't mind being his do boy. So they'll sell Africa off to anybody to the highest bidder. So that's the sad point about it.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. It's a sad situation. That's why I said my whole thing is I don't want us to get caught up in this stuff anymore. I don't want us to get caught up in stuff no more. I'm not saying don't go to Africa, don't visit and everything, but don't put your life into this shit. Don't go, because you'll get your heart broken. You
No,
know.
because you go to Africa and you trying to build up over there, and they looking at you like, why you over here? I'm trying to get where you at. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
they're like, man, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. You could about coming here. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. You over there, all they ask you is, oh man, I see these images of America. I want to go there and whatnot. And so basically, they're like, they want to get over here. So I just came to the conclusion, man. Maybe we're just better off over here. Because everybody want to get here anyway. We're already here, so let's just make the best of it. At the same time, there was nothing wrong with going to the continent, or whatever like that, here and there, and visiting and stuff like that. But this idea you're gonna go there and start a new life and all this kind of stuff like that is stupid.
No,
It's not
no.
gonna happen.
Like you said, they deal with other countries. If you go over there as an individual or some little small group, man, they's gonna take advantage of you.
Yeah,
Like
bottom
the
line,
Chinese,
we
they
don't have
got
a
a
nation.
military.
We don't have a
Yeah.
nation. We don't have a military. We don't have diplomatic channels. We have none of that. Since we never established none of that, and we're here in America, we have to do what America. Like I said, I'm not going to fight U.S. foreign policy anymore. Because I see so many people go down over that shit, and then I say, well, okay, you got the brothers that in jail right now because they were lobbying for Robert Mugabe, right? He died and whatnot. These guys are still dealing with that shit, and that was the Obama administration. So I'm like, damn. So what the hell did we get out of this shit? We put our neck on the line for these people and whatnot, and we end up going. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
they
it's
in jail in Zimbabwe?
no in Chicago, in New York, well, they took like $2 million from Robert Mugabe to lobby for them, to lobby for
Oh, okay.
Robert Mugabe. And Obama administration said, because they ain't registered as foreign agents, they charged them.
Oh, damn.
So that was a serious case. And one guy took a plea and got like 5 years. The other guy said he's gonna fight it out. I don't know what happened in his case, but he said he's gonna fight it out. The other guy took a plea, and he got like 5 years. But all they were doing, going to Africa, being good Pan Africans, right? And they basically said they were going to lobby the U.S. Congress to lift the Senate to lift those sanctions against Zimbabwe. Obama was like, Obama basically extended the sanctions because he was with the British. So we
Yeah,
elected
yeah.
that nigga twice and whatnot, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I think Zimbabwe, they even asking the white farmers to come back in some of
Well,
them
they did.
places.
Well, that's only because of the sanctions.
Oh, okay.
That's only because of the sanctions and whatnot, and they when the white farmers come back and whatnot, they ease some of the sanctions off, and that's the only reason why they did it. And if white farmers don't even farm, they just own the land. The black people do all the work.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I understand that. Yeah,
So
they
it's
ain't out there in the field.
yeah, so this is like white people just landowners. It's like black people even doing the management of the farm. They're the ones running the thing.
Okay, like the plantations of old. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hear you
everything.
saying.
Yeah, and also everything. It's not just that the harvesting, the weigh stations, the bulk, stuff like that. The day to day activity of running a complex farm and whatnot, the blacks are doing it. They make it seem like white people are farming and black people are just sitting around doing nothing. No, it's actually the black people actually doing the work.
Yeah, shit. I know you saying. Yeah, some of the white folks they
So,
don't even live on the damn farm. They just come in and out and just get the
well, they have
money.
nice mansions on the farm. They sipping champagne. You got to see how they live. They got pools and stuff like that. They got these luxury mansions and whatnot. The lifestyle they have. And everything like that is unbelievable. White people in Africa live good. Surrounded
Oh, the
by
real
black people and
kings
poverty.
and queens. So they live like the real kings and queens
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
country.
yeah, they got all the wealth. They were controlling all the wealth in Zimbabwe was concentrated in white commercial farms. So there was a conspiracy, global conspiracy about white countries and everything to give sympathy to white farmers. The people are going to starve because of the white farmers. Basically saying black people. It's one thing I'll say about Africans, right? They don't understand this. If they believe, if the whole world, Europeans and Americans believe that white people left Southern Africa, Africans would starve, right? What does that say about what they think about Africans? They're saying Africans are inferior. So why do Africans come over here thinking that the white man has favor for them, like Mike Olawale? The white man wants me here and whatnot. Okay, he doesn't even believe you could farm and feed yourself on the continent. So why the fuck you think he wants you here? So that's why I'm trying to tell these people. I'm trying to give these people the ugly truth, so they can meet the ugly truth's first cousin called reality. Reality is nobody wants you here for the most part. So it is what it is. What do you think about the first part I was talking about, the black male, black female relationships? What did you think about what I said?
Oh yeah, you got that right, man. They how can I say it, man? Because you got all women. I want to say all women, but you have, like you said, the top of the pyramid would be the pretty boy, and then the bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So they just get with the nerds, the square guys later in life for stability. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they all want that bad boy. I think sisters just take it to the goddamn extreme. You know what I'm saying? They don't grow out of that phase. You know what I'm saying? To where they start having babies by them and all that kind of shit. You know.
Yeah, and the bottom, like I said, and then like I said, like the girl, Miss Diamond was saying last night. See, the thug, he has a primal animal. We attracted by that because they really think those guys are tough. They really think those guys are tough. I said just
No.
because they're loud and violent and everything, I don't mean they're tough. They know how to put on an act. You
Now,
know.
these bitches are dumb, man. Like you said, they think whoever's the loudest is
They think
the
loud, that
is
loud shit
right.
means you're tough.
Yeah, and that gets these dumb bitches wet. You know what I'm saying? But you look at it when they go to prison, they have to bend over and let another man look up their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They
Another
bent
man
over
tells
in
you,
jail one night.
yeah, another man tells you if you can touch your kids or not, or when you can touch your kids, when you can shit, what you can eat. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate thing of being a bitch. You have no control over anything. I'm not dissing nobody in prison, but you don't run anything now. You know what I'm saying? Another man runs you. A woman, depending on who the guard is, the CO is. You
Yeah,
know.
so it's just so yeah, John Miller said, Carl, you scared of going to jail? Not scared. I just don't want that shit for my life. I don't want to be in that shit.
Yeah, why would
Somebody
you want to be another man have dominion over you? You know what I'm
that's what I'm
saying? Who the
saying,
fuck
man.
would
Of
want that?
course. So I try to tell Jonathan Miller that, man. No man, oh yeah, you ain't doing no flex by just acting tough like you went to jail or whatever like that. Ain't no fucking flex.
And
You know?
I'll tell you too about these girls. You can tell that they were square dudes. They will act rough and tough and talk all that rah rah shit with the square guy or the guy that they think ain't gonna knock their teeth out their goddamn throat. But when them thug niggas come around or the bum ass niggas come around, they act like they got sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how you can
yeah.
tell. You know, they
Now,
think they the
let
real
me ask you a
men to look
question,
up to.
Ben Yusuf. Right, I made the comment that I'm telling brothers, man, because there's this movement going on right now where they're telling young black men to go out there and mentor. What they really saying is co-parent. Not talking about mentoring, talking about co-parent. In other words, they're telling young single men they got to go out there and pick up somebody else's slack.
Oh, you talking about Umar Johnson? It sounds like his
Yeah, yeah,
man.
that's stupid shit.
No, this the ultimate simp. And then once that kid gets old enough, I would say even a girl or boy, they gonna tell you when they get to be a teenager, you ain't the goddamn daddy anyway. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Or you can
And
say too much or whatnot, and they were like, "Yo, my dad said this and whatnot. My dad said this," and then you're in an awkward situation. You
yeah,
know,
I don't know what guy would want to do with that because check this out. Say if you was in that situation, right, and the girl was a teenager or preteen or something like that, that's always going to be a suspicion of you being some type of molester. Either
exactly.
you see what I'm saying? That cloud is always over you if
Yeah,
they left
or they'll
alone.
think funny of you, right? They'll ask you, "Do you
Yeah,
got a wife?" No. You don't got a girlfriend? No. So you just spend all your time mentoring kids and whatnot. They're gonna right away. They're gonna be like, "Yo, this dude's up to something." That's just human nature. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because like me, right? I'm a truck driver, right? You can have a passenger. Say if I had a stepdaughter or something, I was playing that game, and I'm gonna take her on a ride for the week with me, right? People would look at that shit as being strange. Now, if it was my own flesh and blood, I'll be the greatest dad. You see how the difference that is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at? So I don't know why guys even put themselves, especially with this day's
This day
site.
and age, like I said, we live
Yeah,
in a toxic culture.
yep.
But
They can,
like I said, the onus is on black men, right? Everybody keeps beating on black men because we're not marrying like we should. Not say like the girl Chantel said, the black marriage in Black America is not the same. You got gay marriage, you got lesbian, you got divestors. So we don't have the same marriage thing. That's what we're up against. Women foregoing marriage to do their careers and everything like that. Or I did play a video yesterday about women saying they want to be. They're not ashamed to be single mothers.
mhm.
They want to have children, but with no husband or whatever like that. And so, bottom line is, that's what you have right now. So, with that, this society doesn't put a pressure on women to get married. So, man, you're talking when you talk about marriage, the average woman like, I don't need your ass. There used to be a time when if you were single without a child, right? You're single with a child, and that society frowned upon that. Now it's a new thing where it's okay. So women don't have that burden and that pressure no more. They can have kids as well they want to.
Yep. The government gonna take care of them. Force you to.
That's what I'm basically trying to say. My point I'm trying to make. When people get up here like these Chukwu ones about Black Americans aren't marrying and all this kind of stupid stuff like that. There's a whole dynamic of why people aren't married, and that ain't all Black America's problem. Marriage is one thing that will help, but it's not the be all end all. You know,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yep, I had a thing. It was one other show I was on, right? And I was trying to explain this brother. He was dating this girl that she's pregnant, right? And he found her phone and found out that she was calling texting the baby's dad, her ex baby's daddy, who's a bum ass nigga, and the verbiage was totally different than the way she talks to him. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying is that's a bad sign. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't about because he's not even a fucking co-parent. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
So yeah, we got a long way to go, man.
and it's got Zongo and Jonathan Miller. Introduce yourself and state what the topic and what you want to talk about. See, we give everybody a chance to talk here. All right, Zongo and Jonathan Miller, what's going on?
Shout out to you, Kala.
All right, yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's on your mind?
Yeah, yeah. I thought like Jonathan came, so he wanted to probably talk first. But anyway, um, that's a very interesting topic today. Yeah, I mean, I agree with your analysis of the whole topic, right? I think if women are choosing, they are making their choices of men and having kids with their own preference of men, then the other man shouldn't come and take that responsibility all in the name of just, oh, he's nice, he like kids or something like that. No, that's what I call a simping energy.
Oh, and
Don't
you know
do
something?
that.
I'm not even talking about. To be honest with you, I'm not even talking about like 'cause I was talking to Mr. Don last night. I wasn't even talking about men who's trying to get into relationships with female. These women want men they have no interest in. These guys, random guys walking around the community. They have no. They don't even say hello to them or whatever. They're not gonna date them, nothing like that. But they want these type of men who have no obligations, no kids, nothing like that, to come, not just mentor but co-parent their children.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And
That's what they want. That's exactly
yeah,
what they want.
and they use their psychology to convince me. Oh, he's such a nice guy. He loves kids and all those kind of nonsense. I mean, a lot of men. If you grow up in a single mother, in a single family household, I mean, you could be exploited actually. Because you could be thinking that, oh, your mom, maybe your stepfather used to do the same thing for your mom or something like that. So you'll be willing or having the proclivity to wanting to do something like that, which is not really fair. You know,
Yeah, but
if
these
she
people
if
like
she made the choice.
I gave the answer the example of what I think mentorship is. I had this one chick, this one black lady. She said she's mentored like around like five different black boys in the urban areas. She put them in suit and tie, and she says they have their own invest real estate portfolio and everything. She said by the time these
Mhm.
kids get older, when they get in college, they're gonna be doing major real estate deals. She said they got a portfolio like six properties. These guys are only 14, 15 years old, and then they're in the
Exactly
real
right.
estate business. I said,
Uh,
now that's mentoring. But what I'm saying
exactly.
right now is there's a lot of kids running around the communities in the poor communities, right?
Hmm.
And they just doing bad stuff and everything. And the whole thing is, it's not just mentoring. They want black men who are single, whatever like that, to just go there and sort them out, like go play basketball with them like that. Why is it? Why should it be their obligation?
No, that shouldn't be your obligation. No, it shouldn't be though. They can pay you money to do that job, but you shouldn't do that. I don't think so. I mean,
And so the bottom
because
line,
it doesn't kind of like it doesn't sound more genuine, like because if they really wanted to build a healthy community, I mean, they will procreate with the right man, right? But then they choose to do it out of their own lustful desires, and now they expect the other guy to take care of their responsibilities for them.
yeah,
No,
that and that's what you have right now.
yeah.
Women have no incentive. Like I said, like I disagree with Dollar Bill. He
And
said,
I'm saying, God, I mean, I'm sorry to interject, but I'm not throwing shot on all women. I'm talking about the ones that make good choices, looking for men that wanna that wanna take care of them and have a good
my
family.
whole thing is about
These are the women that I'm referring to. The other
women.
ones that make bad choices in life, and they expect the so-called good guy to come and take care of
They
their
expect,
own
and they
kids
also
for
they
them.
use the whole we're a community thing. What you
Exactly. I mean, that's how. I mean, I remember like this one time I dated a single mom, and she told me like to drop off a kid for her, and that lady got mad at me for not buying food for the kid. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what the heck is this? I had to let it go. I mean, it just didn't make sense to me as someone coming from Ghana. Like, I just couldn't do it. I knew better. I just knew better.
Well,
Basically.
I'm just like, it's like this point in time where you got people out there like Omar Johnson who's telling him, like he sat there on that one group, what's it called, the Daily Wrap Up, whatever that thing is. The guy said, "Well, I'm doing a thing. I got a wife, kids." He goes, "Yeah, but what about those other kids in the hood that don't have a father?" He said, "Well, that's not my responsibility. That is your responsibility." I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's when black men turn to Omar.
I think that's the problem with Umar Johnson because I mean he knows a lot of his audience. A lot of his audience are black women, and most of them probably are single moms. So he doesn't want to make statements that would make them
And
angry.
he doesn't.
You
He's
know?
not helping them because
Yeah.
they're counting on Umar, like they count on Umar to say stuff like that. See, Umar told you. They don't understand. Umar doesn't have the respect.
Yeah, yeah. I've met countless black women with kids, like that have kids out of wedlock. They love Umar Johnson actually, and
Yeah,
I
because
know
he's
the
not
reason
telling
they,
them.
they
He's
actually.
telling him that's and whatever you did is not your fault. It's the
Yeah,
guys out there who don't have kids, who live in their life and everything like that. It's their fault. We're not because they're
yeah,
walking around all free and everything like that. They should be taking their time
yeah. The ones,
to help you with your kids, whatever like that. And
the,
I'm
the
dead set against that. I'm dead set
exactly
against that.
the ones that made bad choices in life. They don't like Kevin Samuels.
Go,
They
go,
like
go,
Omar
go,
Johnson.
good or bad, whatever like that. The bottom line is you brought kids in this world. You could even be divorced, made all the decision, but the husband walked out on you. It's still
Yo,
not somebody's responsibility to help you out with your kids. So when people say, "Colin, what about the community? These kids need something." When I agree with that. It's a sad situation. But I'm saying like this: the onus should not be on young men. I said, now where's that woman's father? Where's the grandparents at?
yeah, we want some of these women um to join this conversation because I even know one person personally that he. I mean, this in this case, it's not even he's like a man that have a he has his existing case, but he has a new girlfriend that's gonna have a baby for him, and because I know he likes my friend actually, but he said he's not gonna marry her. But I'm like, damn, like, and I'm like, she's not requiring for like more. I'm like, I don't know, like, what is the psyche of this women? Like, I just don't know. And she still want to have a baby with him. But
Well, they even do with women.
it's
Like I
different.
said, I never question women what they do because whatever it is, sometimes they'll feel like that guy she want to bear his kid because there's some DNA cosmic lines up and whatnot, and she's like, I
And
gotta have a kid.
in
We're
terms
not
of beauty or something, oh, okay,
anything like
genes,
that. So
genetics.
so when they get on, so when they do have the kid, now they're like, okay, I made a decision. Okay, we understand how women are. Nobody's gonna plug it because you're just being a woman. Okay, you had a kid by somebody you was strongly attracted to, love, like that. It didn't work out. He wasn't like them, but that's how women are. That's how it is. That's how the species survive. Women are. There's no rhyme or reason why women choose certain men. There's no rhyme or reason. You
Oh,
know,
they have a reason. They have their own
well, no, they
desire.
have their own reason, but there's to all us men, they're like, what the hell is she seeing that dude? What the hell is she seeing that dude? Dude's a clown, whatever like that. And that's what men think. But women are like this. I see something in his soul that I got to have. And that's how women are. It's just whatever it is, she want like that. But when she does make that decision, right? I noticed because I know a lot of white women that have black kids and whatnot. And they're like, I'm like saying to myself, you had the perfect white life out there, parents, grandparents, everything like that. Like my homegirl Jill, white chick, right? And she was like a exotic dancer, whatever like that. I used to
Hmm.
bodyguard work for her. Let's put my business out there. Anyway, she basically had, came from money and everything like that. But I used to always tell her, right, why did you choose to have like black kids? Why do you do it? She's like, I'm just attracted to. I wanted to have mixed kids. I said, do
Yeah.
you understand? Do you understand that those kids are gonna have a hard life? And I was right too, because her daughter is okay. She's mixed race girls don't really have the problems. Her boys, right? They really are having a time because they really look black. They
Oh
really look
wow.
black and the features and everything like the hair and everything like that. Her girls got the long straight hair and everything like that.
Hmm.
Everything like that. They, racial ambiguous. But I'm saying myself, well, I was asked her, why do you choose to have mixed kids? And there's got to be no rhyme or reason. You don't
Yeah,
know
but
any black person. You didn't grow up around no
Kala,
black people.
Kala, you gotta understand. Among the human race, whether ethnicity or race, there's always gonna be a section of few, not all, not the majority, just a section of few that just don't want to like stick with their own race. They want to try something different.
Like I said, that's the whole thing. But the thing is, though, I told her, like I said, look, have you ever thought about what your kid's gonna go through? Yeah, she didn't care. She didn't care, and that's what it is. They don't care. These women don't care. If they want to have a black kid with a half black kid, whatever, they attracted to a black guy. and everything. They know the kid's gonna be called nigger, this and they know the consequences, right? But they go out there and do it anyway, And so that's what I say. I can never figure women out. You're so I said, well, go figure women. So always say, go figure women. That's just what it is. But I'm talking about as far as our sisters are concerned, why they go out and have a baby with Super Thug, knowing he's all over the place and everything. Why? That's what it is. Now, what I'm saying is this: okay, they make the decision. Like, should we basically say, something? That's how women are. Let's all guys step in and help her out on that, or we should say, something? Screw her. Let's go myself. You can go either way, to tell you the truth. Because you could accept the fact that that's how women are. They're gonna be attracting certain men. The human race is always gonna procreate. They're gonna have kids. So why don't we just go along to get along? Let's help her raise her kids and everything. Then there's another argument that she's on her own. That has nothing to do with me. She made her choice and everything, and she's on her own. So both sides are right.
Exactly right. If you take any calls on enforcement, they're gonna tell you most people generally on a bell chart, right? They're 15% of the people they want to violate, right? Majority of the people don't want to do that. This is 60%, and the remaining percentage don't want to comply, right? But the ones in between the 16%, they don't know. They only act based on the enforcement that has been imposed, right? So if women make such decisions and nobody's telling them the consequences of their actions,
But
they
they
will
know the
continue.
consequences. They don't care. They don't
What
care.
I'm saying,
Women
what I'm saying is that if the men come and take care of that responsibility that you're saying, then the habit will continue, right?
Well,
But
that's
if
what
you
we
say
have going on right now, So women are like, okay, there's always going to be somebody here to take off the slack or whatever like that. So I can keep doing what I'm doing because some women just know they got it like that. They say, I don't care how many kids. I know women like that. There's one chick I know, she's so fine and whatnot. And I'm on the phone with her. I was at her house, wherever like that. I'm just a friend, saying some clown, it's a clown nigga, right? Basically, like in the background, like who's that? Who's that? She had 5 fucking kids. Damn, granted she was a red bone. She looked good, man. But I was saying to myself, nigga, she got 5 kids. You got, she got
man, he's gonna
kids, man. I
set
don't even
it.
want her.
A
Hey,
lot of
Carla,
a lot of it is just their mindset,
yeah, hey, Carla, I think a lot of thing is too is that women are like children, man. They don't have to take really accountability like men do. Men from an early age, we know we take accountability. We get consequences for the shit that we do. Women always get a pass. They word don't have to mean shit. It's always the man's fault. You see what I'm getting at? So that they're like this perpetual child almost. You know.
That is true. Let me see. Hey, Dollar Bill, what's going on, brother?
Hey, brothers. Good evening. How you doing today?
We're good. We're building on what we was talking about last night, man. Last night's show had me a little. Yo,
Yeah, it was
Mrs. Khan had
interesting.
me friggin'. I was having nightmares about that shit all fucking night, man.
But you know what it is? Like, she always calls me Iceberg Slim, and I love the sister. But
Oh, I love her too, man. But damn, man,
I learned
I
a
just
lot
got hit
from
over the head
Iceberg
with that
Slim.
shit.
I read that book. A lot of guys need to read that book. One of my mentors, told me to read that book. I know
Hey,
people.
Dollar Bill, I heard you want to smoke yesterday. Well, I'm on this
Boy,
platform today. What's
hold up,
up?
man. Hold up, relax, bro.
Oh, we'll get to
Just
the
let me
smoke.
finish talking. We'll get to the
Dollar
smoke, man.
Bill.
We
That
don't
one's not
mind.
good.
This is
It
a
might go
smoke
nowhere.
house. We don't have no problem with the smoke, man. So we will get to you. We get to the smoking and to the roasting later on.
Yeah, let's
You
start
don't
with
like that. But I learned a lot about Iceberg Slim, okay, and how some women are that way. And when I was growing up, my mother used to tell me, and later on I saw it on Ted Stossel, I believe in ABC. He made a statement,
Hey, Koppel.
Koppel, yeah, that's what his name is. Koppel. Ted. No, it wasn't Ted Koppel. It was another one. Koppel's the one with that crazy little
crazy
hair.
haircut. Yeah.
This is the other one.
Yeah, Stossel. Okay, the dark hair
yeah.
guy.
Dark, yeah, he had the dark hair.
Dark hair, yeah.
And he said this thing that was been saying in the hood for many years, mama's baby, daddy's
baby.
maid. And so there's some things about men and women that people don't really want to talk about. So one thing is women are attracted. She was trying to tell you the truth. Women are attracted by their primal instincts, right? They look for a man, not so much for the type of man, not all women, right? I'm not saying the seasoned women, but I'm just talking about young women are looking for a man, okay, because they want to procreate. And men look at women, right? We look at women with big hips and different things because our primal instinct is to procreate. And so people don't really understand that. It has nothing to do with being a good man or a bad man. It's an animal instinct that all animals know, right? And they call it going in heat, right? But we don't want to accept that because we think that we're such an evolved species, right? That we're far beyond that.
I more and more that you said that, I'm seeing that because nothing makes rhyme or reason why, like my homegirl Jill, right? I'm like, what the hell do you see in having? She's like the whitest chick you're ever gonna see in your life, or not? Why the hell she just has a lust for black men, and she didn't care the consequences or nothing,
Well, you got to realize
same old thing.
She's been white all her life, right?
Yeah.
She probably haven't had no tan. She probably didn't have no thick lips. All of these things that white women look at black women, right, and envy them, right? They look at their lips, they look at their hair, they say, "Oh man, I wish I had those thick lips like you." So they go out and they get that Botox shot, right, to get those lips. Oh, I wish I had that broad, curvy, curvaceous behind and those hips, right? And they go out and they get all of this stuff done to them. Man, I wish I had that skin, right? That melanin in my skin. So they go out and they got these tanning places where they spend hours trying to get dark, but they hate black people.
I don't think she hated black people.
No, I'm not talking about her in particular.
I don't think a lot of
black.
But see, you don't know, Elvis. You didn't grow up in this country, and you just
when you left Africa. That's not true, man.
When you left Africa, when you went to Europe, that's probably the first time you saw a white person. If you saw one or two white people in your country when you were coming up, they were in the Peace Corps.
No,
I'm not trying to down you. You don't really know white people because you weren't raised around white people. We have a PhD in white people because we were raised
when you say like
next to white people.
When you say women
envy black women.
No, I'm not trying to.
Hold on. Dollar Bill. Zongo, in Ghana, would you tell someone that's 20-some years older than you to shut up?
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm not speaking to you, man. Oh, what I'm saying
if you won't do it over there, don't do it over here. Respect your elders, nigga.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Okay, don't curse.
I'm speaking to Dollar Bill. What I'm saying is that it's a conversation, right? And what I'm saying is that when you say like a lot of them hate them, because there's a lot of them in the communities you observe, right? They just don't stay in other communities. We've heard of something called the white flight and everything. I mean,
white people are moving back. Man,
they just want to deal with
white women envy black women.
Not all of them entirely. Not all of
white
them
women envy black women because they spend their time getting thick lips. They go back and forth, okay, to get BBLs. They tan themselves,
risk getting cancer.
Okay, they do all of these things because they know that the black woman is a beautiful woman. Now you don't know it because you from Africa, and first time you see a white woman, you think that she's the queen of civilization, and you walk past. Let me just tell you a little something happened to me today at work. There was the 50-some-year-old sister from Ghana, right? And I was asking her because I was having some problems, with she's a nurse, and I was having some problems with my, my side or something like that. And so I was asking, like a hamstring, what I should do. Should I put heat on it or should I put coal on it? And so she went to show me that she had on a belt because she sits down too much. And man, I said, I had to look away. This woman was so, her body was so bent. I mean, she'd make young girls, okay, cry the way her body was naturally built. And this is a 50-some-year-old woman. She'd make some of these 20-year-old women go, man, I wish I had a, just naturally. This woman just had, I mean, the hips and the small waist.
Zalba, what you consider beautiful and it's like that. So I'm like, you know, I was curious. I always like.
No, I like all women, man. I don't have a particular type, and so, but I'm just saying, this particular woman, right? This particular African woman, she was like in her 50s, right? She's got children, maybe in their late 30s and stuff. And I'm telling you, the way she was put together, and I say, damn, man, you come from a country. Okay, and she's from Zongo's country. You come from a country that's full of those type of women. You'll walk right by them to get a snow bunny. I just don't understand. Hello?
A lot of it has to do with the fact that, you know, in our culture in America, in this culture right in America, it's all about proximity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, proximity. If you're living in an area where, let me give you an example. I learned years ago, right? I worked at the Virginia Beach Amphitheater, right?
Yes.
And I was part of the crew. Like, you know, there's two different parts of the amphitheater, right? There's the people who do the crew, the concession stands and stuff like that, right? And I noticed there's two different cultures here, right? The black people, Filipinos, and white people that worked there was like, cool. We all hung out together, blah, 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 blah. Then there was another side to the amphitheater, right? That the more traditional side, right? Where you see the cleanup crew when they came in, it's almost like 2 centuries apart. These are all black people down there, all, you know, just, you know, the white man's like got the contract. You see him, right? It's something out of slavery. And the black people down there in their misery, you know, you got women out there in their 60s and whatnot, ready to do their house, whatever they do. You got the, you know what I'm talking about, the janitors. You know, the people who pick up, they're ready to go do their job. And I'm saying to myself, God damn, that's the old Virginia. Right? And it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? And then I was part of the new Virginia, you know. Black people was like doing the beer stands, getting tips and everything like that. So therefore, I was in a situation where you're going to be around whites, blacks, whatever like that. And that can happen. You know, you could get with somebody like that. But the thing is, if you're in that black area, the black part of the thing, because it's just like when you work at the hotel down Virginia Beach, the hotel, right? There's people who work in like room service, the bartenders and stuff like that, everything like that. They're modern people, black, white, whatever like that, you know. And then the people who work in housekeeping and maintenance, right? These are old school blacks, right? Have been doing this forever, right? And when you go down there, when I used to go down to the thing when the housekeeping and all the people, they all come from the same neighborhood, right? As soon as I walk in right now, they look at me like I'm another race. I'm not even black, you know.
Yeah.
They just get real quiet. So Black America is real dynamic. It ain't just like black, white, everything like that. Now I'm on the floor. The sisters I talk to or not, they're probably on the same floor: whites, blacks, Puerto Rican, the non-racial stuff like that. But when you go down to the basement, right, and you see the housekeeping and the maintenance and the security, you know what I mean? Those are old school black people, right? Who don't know nothing about white people and everything. The white man's the white man, blah, blah. Us, the white man was nobody. We're just like, hey, much so whatever, like that. But them is like they're living on a whole different oppressive situation, you know.
Jim Crow. They're still suffering from that Jim Crow.
Yeah, so it's like this. So, but the thing is, I saw back then, it's all about a choice. Like I have one of my boys, Jamil, this guy down from Jersey, right? And him and I, we bumped into each other around town. So Virginia Beach, we used to always have friends that we didn't really know each other. We just always bump into each other here and there, right? You know, stuff like that. Sometimes we'd be here and we meet each other. This guy, Jamil, is from Jersey, Newark, right? This guy didn't have a degree or nothing like that, but this guy was so good as far as business and everything. Every time I meet, he made hotel manager within a year, right? And then the last time I saw him, right, he was one of the managers of Arcade Chevrolet dealership. Jamil, but just the bottom line, he just walks in a room, right? White, black, whatever like that, said, oh, that's Jamil, blah, 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 blah. So he separate himself from the, you know, the stereotype of a black, you know what I'm saying? So,
definitely. I know. Listen, I know exactly what you're saying. So let me just use him for an example.
Right.
So now you got to understand, these women, they will try to have a baby with him just because he fits the profile of a child they want to have or produce, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he happens to be a good guy, but even if he was a bad guy, they feel that they could influence him.
He's a go-getter,
right?
know?
They see his style. So we don't understand we're a species, right? Human beings are a species in the animal kingdom, right? Even though we have brains, okay, and
Let me ask
more
this question.
developer. Yeah, but I want to say that people don't understand that. So I hear a lot of brothers say, I don't understand the woman, but the prime instinct for these women is to reproduce themselves. And the most desirable men, physically, okay, intellectually, sometimes not as much, but mostly physically, is what they want to produce, reproduce.
I seen a woman just dig a dude. You ever see a dude, a female, right? Young, usually young, cute girls, right? They just into a dude so much, well, like 3 months later, she's pregnant by him.
Yeah, because she has made a decision.
She made a decision,
and a primal decision that she's going to reproduce with this individual.
God, like she has to have that.
Yeah,
I mean, she thinks that
when do you think a woman is in her prime for having babies?
having a baby might keep the man
in her
too.
20s.
In her 20s.
In her early
so
20s.
Right. So if we're in our 30s and late, mid 40s, and we're looking for somebody
you're a clown,
who don't have a kid, right? Who don't have a kid, is single and attractive enough for you to desire her.
Elvis, can you
That's
push your voice like mouth back away from the mic?
that's a tall task, right? So that's the problem that a lot of people have. If you're in your early 20s, that's when you should be having babies. If you wait till you're in your 30s, late 30s, early 40s, and even 50s, and you're looking for somebody who don't have kids because you don't want to be a stepdaddy, you either have to have a lot of money and go all the way down to your early 20s where these girls are in their prime and are still young and attractive enough for you to desire them. That's
this
the
is
issue.
The difference.
Can you move?
Elvis,
Can you move away
Elvis, are
from
you
your
using
mic?
your streamer microphone right now?
Yeah, can you move away from your
Because
mic?
bro, you
I
loud
got
as a
my
mug.
headphones.
He's on his phone.
Yeah, I got my headphones on.
And he got that Obama
So
headphone.
yeah, I do hold the mic to my mouth a little bit, so maybe you guys can hear me
turn
better
the
now.
volume down.
Yeah, you got
Are
to
you
get
hearing
it
me better
together,
now?
man.
Yeah, it's better now.
You
It's better
streaming
now.
on
It's
your
better.
Obama
Okay,
phone.
I just leave it on my neck. Then I put it to my mouth because I think maybe you can't hear me if it's all the way down on my neck.
It's right.
And so listen, this is the issue. This is the problem. When young women, I'm going to take from the Middle East for an example. When they're in their 13s, 14, 15, please don't give me no pedophile drama.
They're ready.
They are preparing. Their culture is telling them. They're already talking about marriage. So when they get to be 18 and 19 years old, they already have it in their mind that they want to be a wife for a lot of reasons. And some of it is to help their family get out of poverty, right? Because they have to pay the bride price. So like the father will have a son and a daughter. He's going to give the preferential treatment to the daughter because the daughter represents, especially if he's poor, and she goes and she gets more education and makes herself more desirable for a mate, he's going to get a better price for her.
And so, may be real though. They've arranged marriages there,
and
though.
also I want to add to that.
Wait, Kyle, let me ask this question first. I was asking like regarding
let Colin say something, man. This is his show.
Well, let me. All I want to say is, hold up, Zongo. All I want to say was that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now you're talking about 13. By the time they're like 20, they're ready for 21. Then 20, they're ready for marriage, right?
Yes, sir.
Think about us, right? In our culture in Black America, right? Where 21-year-old women are just now getting started. Everyone's some girl, you got your life to live. When I had my ex-girlfriend Tasha, right? She was like 27, I'm 31, right? And they tell her, hey, you got these stupid ass bitches telling her, don't let him tie you down. You young when that 27, And so this is what I'm talking about when I tell you Chuko. You don't understand the dynamics of marriage and culture.
Kala, look, most black men, Most black men hit their financial peak in their mid 40s. So if you have a baby in
Hold
your
on, it's not
20s,
even about that. Yo, look, like, do you understand what I'm
hold on,
saying?
let me make the point. Let me
Woman
make the
really
point.
likes you, whatever. Like, it really want in most cases, what like they'll have a kid with you, would I be with you at age? They don't care about what
Let me
money you
make the
have.
point. Let me make the point, Colin. The key here is if you go to college, right? You get a college degree by like 25, 26. You're ready to start a family right there and then because you're going to be making decent enough money right out of college. But if you didn't go to college, you don't hit your financial peak until you're in your mid 40s. So if most guys who are conscious enough not to want to bring a kid into the world, if they're living paycheck to paycheck, before they start getting that good money in their mid 40s, and they're looking for a woman to just start a family with now at this age, most of those women are not going to be in their peak. They're going to be in the mid 30s, close to their 40s, and you're not going to be with somebody who, number one, doesn't have a child or at least a couple of kids, or number two, who is able to bear kids without any complications. So that's the issue. The issue is financial. If you want to have kids early, go to college, get your degree. Right in your mid 20s, you're ready to start having kids and raising a family because you have a good income.
Hey,
That's
brother,
the that's the
college ain't
game.
all that, brother. Get a trade. College ain't all
Everybody
that.
doesn't. Everybody
Yeah,
shouldn't
a
go to
trade. Yeah,
college.
a trade too is a good
Everybody's not.
it's a good option.
Everybody's not interested in going to college. I really wasn't interested, to be honest with you. I didn't have any choice.
No skill. Money's in the trade. Bill. I have my nephew's friend, right? This young white kid. I think he got a degree, but he's in some whatever fuck he does. He told me he's just got a job. He's gonna be making like $130,000 a year. The way when he's told me what he did, right? I can't even remember what he did. They be going into field, right? See, you know, that's about white people. They say black jobs, white jobs. You got white boys who are going into fields that nobody even knows about. That they
But can I say this? Can I say
this?
this? Can I say
Yeah.
this? And
Like what field?
I know
Like
people.
what field?
I know people are going to get angry when I say this. I remember when I was a young guy coming up, and I had a friend of mine. He was a DJ, and I used to MC and all that. You know, y'all know about that. And so he came from an immigrant family, and my mother and father always told me they want me to go to college and get an education. But when I went to this dude's house, man, I learned some very different things. And this is what I learned. On the wall, his sister and him in their room, they all had the different colleges and universities, all the way back as far as like junior high school, that they were interested in. And so his family had a whole plan for him and his sister. His sister went to Yale, and I think he went to I can't remember this place. It's on Rhode Island. Anyway, he became an engineer. This is like 40 years ago, right? And so what I'm saying is we are talking about it like this now. And I'm glad, like I said, my daughter, and I'm not trying to act all crazy. She's a PhD person, you know, candidate for her PhD. One of the things that I did and learned from that family was that I made sure that we put our degrees up on the wall. We had them embossed and everything up on the wall, like there when you go to the bathroom every day so they could see and understand what they needed to do and what they needed to be, right? And see, the problem is in our communities, a lot of times in our communities, because of economics, right? Because of economics, we don't have the ability, okay, not all of us, but a lot of us don't have the ability to do that type of planning, right? And his father and mother were not, they didn't have great jobs. I mean, when I say they worked, his mother, I don't know if she worked in the post office. I think the father worked in the transit. They made decent money. They owned a home in the Bronx, but they had already decided with their kids. And this is what I learned as a young person growing up and seeing the folks. He went to Brown University. He went to Brown. I get it now. My brains are coming back. He went to Brown University and he became, okay, an engineer. But this was not something that he discovered in his 20s. This is something that his family already had laid out for him. And, you know, people used to get on him because he was a good DJ, but his father would like pick him up at 12 o'clock. You know, he let him rock out with us and party and stuff. but he couldn't go past 12 o'clock, right? His parents would take him. So I'm just trying to say that the planning is important for us to understand when we have families. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's the planning that you do for the next generation.
Yep.
Right? So Elijah Muhammad came up with a formula. And y'all can tell me if you like it or you dislike it or what, and then I'm gonna pause. According to Elijah Muhammad, he said that you should marry someone half your age plus 7. You ever heard of that, Carla?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna yield and let you guys tell me what you think about that. Was that a good formula?
In a perfect world, yes. But you got to understand something. Ever since like the women's rights movements and everything like that, that put a damper. What they said was that's patriarchy, oppression of women, and all stuff like this. So we had all these battles going on. So I said this topic of the show, the gender wars and stuff like this. You got some people saying that sounds good for the man. Half your woman, half your age. What if some women say, find your man half your age plus 10, whatever like that, And they say, no, that's not right. Elijah Muhammad said, well, we say women could do the same thing men could do, And then you say, well, no, that's not how it is. And they say, oh, you're a male chauvinist, you're a bigot, whatever. This is the world we're living in right now, If everything was simple and everything, we would follow that simple roadmap of Elijah Muhammad, yeah, everything would be perfect. But there's always nuance. There's always people going to step up and say, nope. Like remember Grady was Sanford son? Nope.
Well, I've been accused, man. I'm going to say this. I've been accused at jobs, and I don't know. Maybe the sisters on the panel could tell me if I sound like a chauvinist, because I have been accused a lot of times of being a chauvinist. But the thing is that I said I was, raised in a 2-family household that didn't make us perfect. Because we weren't perfect people.
Oh, which race of women?
Okay. It's not the race of the woman. Mm-hmm. Women in general have made those statements, to me. Right. But I never said to me, I don't think I was saying anything out of place. I just knew that I needed to have a plan for my kids. That doesn't mean that they're going to accept the plans that you give them because, they have to live in the real world. But the whole thing is, I was impressed when I went to this guy's house and I'm looking on his wall and his sister's going to Yale. And he had this whole thing right on his wall every day that he knew clearly what he wanted to do. Him and his family had discussed it and he was going to be an engineer. And when this guy graduated from college, his first job 40 years ago, he made $40,000. Right? And I'm looking at that. My first job, I think I made like 22. I made half of what he made. You see?
Yeah, but dollar bill. Everybody don't have the intellectual what's the word? The aptitude, intellectual aptitude to be engineers. There's some people who just can't do it. They're not good with math or whatever.
That's why we have the civil service.
It's just not possible.
Elvis, you know how much the civil service, the sanitation guys make in New York City? They make 6 figures.
Bus drivers make 6 figures.
Bus drivers make 6 figures.
I mean, even regardless, like you don't have to go to Ivy League. You can even go to state college or something.
But see, you're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole point.
I was responding to what Elvis.
The whole point is that I made a conscious decision that when I become a father, right, that we're going to take our degrees and put it up on the wall, right, and we're going to make sure that those children
as an inspiration for them.
Right, every day. This is what you got to aim for. This is what you need to do. And so, like my daughter, she's like, she can't wait to get her PhD so she can tell me, I got more education than everybody else, okay, in the house, which is cool.
There's value in education. I mean,
all I'm saying is I really didn't really want that. That's not really what I wanted. So if I'm going to come up here and say, oh, I thought about this and this is where, no, that's not. I wanted to go into business. I wanted to do real estate.
I got a question for MP, right? MP made a statement that is kind of, it's perplexed. because she's saying start a family as early as possible, right? Regardless of money. And I think ideally, because you're in your prime as a man, your early to late 20s, maybe mid 30s, you're in your prime physically. You know, the quality of your sperm is ideal. Same thing for women. You know, the eggs are ripe. So, but you're not making enough money yet. Even in your early
Well,
20s, you're
what
just
is enough? What is
hold
enough money? You could
Yeah.
basically depend.
to
If you got
raise a
a
kid,
husband,
Carla, to raise a
what?
kid. So
I would have
What do you
been
mean by
waiting
raise? What do you
forever
mean by
if I
raise a
didn't
kid?
do it at
Unless you're talking about a
25.
one
son.
second, Carla, 1 second. If you're in your early 20s, even if you're smart enough to go to a trade school or 4 year college and even further, you know, at 21, maybe if you're lucky, you're just graduating from college. That's the ideal time to start a family. But MP is saying that start a family as soon as possible, regardless of, you know, of money.
I
So
agree with
what I'm
that.
saying is, should you be living in poverty, raising a kid,
Hold up,
or should you be
Elvis, you
financially
don't
ready
get it.
to have a
Hold on,
family?
you don't get it. You know, like, when you talk about poverty in America, is relative.
No,
Depends
no,
on what you mean
don't
by
bring up
poverty.
Africa. We're
We
talking
don't
about
have
America here. You
we
know,
don't have poverty here in America. Let me tell you something, Elvis. This is what I do for a living, right? Do you know that the social safety net in America for a family is $23,000 a year for a family of three? You know, that means if you don't make that much, the government gives you tax credit, food stamps, everything to bring that up to a certain level. You
Or
know,
low
oh, so
housing.
you're
yeah,
saying
house a second
have a
payment, stuff
family
like
and
that. You
go on
know,
welfare.
I said,
Like low.
hold on, but you make it seem like welfare is a bad thing. But the
It's not
No,
bottom
that's
bad.
what
line
I'm
is,
asking you.
look,
So
you
have a
know how
family
many look,
young and
you know
go
how
on
many white
welfare. That's the
people
answer.
look, you know how many white people have to get on that thing for its time period. People, middle class. Sometimes people fall on hard times
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
get out of it, whatever like that. And I talk. See, I'm in the business world. I have white guys that making $100,000 a year say, "Yeah, man." I mean, one time him and his wife. He said years ago,
That
30 years ago, we was
Carla,
on food stamps.
that's part of the
Hold
reason
on, we was
why
on food
we have a
stamps and
single
whatever.
mother
Hold on.
crisis.
So you have this fantasy version of America that if you gotta be balling out of control, gotta do great,
No,
whatever.
that's not what I'm saying. A lot of people separate because of lack of funds. If you
Yeah,
guys
but
are struggling,
hold up. What do you mean by
most of
funds?
the time the woman leaves because you're not making enough money to take care
No,
of
that
the
she wasn't.
kid
Hold
and
up,
her
she wasn't meant
needs.
for you in the first place. If she leaves you because lack of funds.
That's what I'm telling you. The
Hold
number
up.
one
Let me tell
reason
you
that people
something, Elvis.
divorce and separate is over money.
Hold up. My parents were married at
Yeah,
19, right?
finance is part of the reason. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hold up. My
So
parents, hold
The
up.
reason why
My
they're
parents, hold up.
separating divorce is
My
because they
parents
Yeah,
were
can
but,
get
but
money for
hold up.
yeah,
free
My parents
afterwards.
were married at 19, right? My father and mother, I never forget. When I was like 3 years old, we used to stay in my grandparents' basement. I remember that before we bought our first house, right? My father had a job at the shipyard, but he lost it, you know, because he was preaching at night. He was a preach pastor at night, and he couldn't get up in the morning because he was like this. So he lost his job. So the bottom line, he didn't have a job for a couple of years, and my family was on welfare, you know. Until my father, my uncle Lake got my father a job in Jersey at Vaughn Products, you know, because my uncle Lake helped founded that company, you know. So my father got a good job in New Jersey, and then we made plans to move into upstate New York, you know. So the bottom line is you can do what you got to do, and the bottom line, what if my mother would have left my father, you know, at that time, you know? I wouldn't have grown up with two parents, but my mother was a Christian woman, God-fearing woman. She like her command was to be with that man regardless, right?
that's what I'm saying, Khaled. Do you
Exactly.
agree that a lot of people separate based on finances,
But
lack
then,
of
the bottom
finance?
line, that's their value system, right? And you take your man, but what do they say? For better or what? For worse. And
man,
sick with health.
economy. That's just
So stop
an
talking about
oath.
marriage if you don't understand what it is. It
That's
says for
just an
better for
oath.
worse, sickness and health, till death do you part. That's a bond. That ain't just
I
putting
don't
you
think a
to
lot of
say
people really understand
Have
that
you
thing.
lost relationships because you wasn't making enough money to
no,
please your partner?
no.
I guarantee you have.
No,
I
I haven't.
guarantee you that.
No, I haven't. What one I always, me personally, right? Even before I started doing insurance, I always was a hustler. I made money and everything like that, but it was never about the money because I used to have women that had made more money than me that would always take me out and shit like that, you know. So it was never about money with me, you know. That's the guys that
The
think like
truth
that, man.
is,
No game.
at 25, if I when I
Dollar Bill,
think about
you went back to school because you wasn't making enough money to raise your
no,
family,
yeah,
right?
but no, I didn't do that because I wasn't making enough to raise a family. No,
You said you were making like $3 an hour or something like
yeah,
that,
but I
right?
was a single person. I was a single person. I
Did you
wanted to
have
make
kids then?
no, I wasn't married, nor did I have a kid. I didn't get married till I had a college degree, right?
And when
So,
did
but
you have
what
your first kid? After
You
you got married?
mean a
about
college
yeah,
degree, or
yeah,
you
of
had a job?
course. I
Uh,
had a job. I had a city job. I
a
worked
job
in.
like
I
with a
was
college
working.
degree.
I had a college degree. and I had a city job. I worked in a shelter. Okay. I was a social worker in a shelter in New York City. And that was my first job coming out of college. And around the second year is when I decided that I wanted to get married to someone who, that I had known for quite some time and had a relationship with. And so I decided to do that. But when I look back and I think about, about how much I was making and raising those kids and how much she was making, it wasn't a lot of money, right? It wasn't a lot of money.
Money's a factor too.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, I had other things going for me. I had a family that had their own house and all that stuff.
I'm your host, Steve Van Meter, and thanks for joining me today. In our show today, you won't believe what's coming because I'm going to show you why millions are about to lose their jobs in the coming months. And as you're about to see, central bankers are completely powerless to stop it. Plus, we have a sponsor of today's show. We'd like to welcome GameSquare Holdings back to the show. You can find them on the NASDAQ under symbol GAME. They're a next-generation esports media company focused on targeting 21 to 30-year-olds, and they're backed by none other than Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys and Matt Kalish, the president of DraftKings. We're looking to take GameSquare Holdings to new heights. Stay tuned to the end of the show or check out the pinned comment or description for more information. Now let's head over to Bloomberg, where he picked today's story up with the headline, is China's stimulus hopes rise as the PBOC cuts rates and plans even more. And this is a big issue that's going on right now because we look at what the Federal Reserve just did last week. They cut interest rates 50 basis points. And the broad view here is they put monetary policy in a restrictive zone. And this is something we saw from central bankers all over the world who thought that was necessary to bring inflation down and believe that by doing so, at some point they could pull back.
I'm lost like hell right now.
Back on the restraints, and then consumers around the world would rush to spend. But what we're seeing now is just the opposite trend, because the view that a small cut in interest rates was going to cause people to rush out and buy a home, a car, or go finance something big. Well, that's not happening. In fact, what is going to happen is millions are going to be out of work. And as you're about to see, there's nothing the central bankers can do to stop it. Taken together, the moves bolster expectations for the PBOC to lower rates after the Federal Reserve finally started cutting last week, easing pressure on China's need to defend its currency. And this was a big issue that we've talked about all around the world with central bankers dealing with the fact that their economies were slowing down. They desperately needed to cut rates. But one of the problems is investors believe that when central bankers cut rates, it leads to a weakening of that currency. Of course, this actually did happen as investors started shorting currencies all around the world outside of the dollar. This put panic in the hearts of central bankers and governments who stepped in to try to stop the decline, pretty much in a situation where they desperately needed the Fed to cut rates. Now, all of a sudden, the Fed cuts, and watch as one by one central banker all around the world is going to jump on the bandwagon to cut rates by around a quarter basis points, because now their fear of a further currency decline is going away as the dollar starts to weaken. But will a weaker dollar save American jobs? Well, as you're about to see, highly unlikely. A slew of disappointing data in August raised concerns that President Xi Jinping's government could miss its annual growth target of around 5% without unleashing more support. And this is something we've noted is likely to happen because President Xi wanted to pull back on the expansion of debt in the economy. And that's something that doesn't work. In a debt-based economy, you need a constant supply of new debt, not only to hit your growth targets, to pay on existing debt. And one of the problems is when central bankers constrict the creation of credit by raising short-term interest rates higher than market expectations, what you start to see in economy after economy as more people enter delinquency and then eventually default, and growth targets Well, those are a thing only, a fantasy of central bankers and policymakers, because it's not going to happen. And traders appear to be pricing in more stimulus because, well, China's economy is headed lower, with the yield on China's 10-year government bonds falling to a fresh low of 2.03% in the Monday morning session. The benchmark CSI 300 index for onshore stocks marked the fourth straight day of increases, as many believe that rate cuts are bullish for stocks. But one of the problems is people who are bullish on the rate cut narrative can't see what's happening in the underlying economy. I'm going to show you why around the world, millions are about to lose their jobs. But the fear in the short term here is central bankers cut rates is they don't want the rest of the curve to go down. They believe that they can lower short-term rates, keep the intermediate and long end of the curve stable, because what it means when rates start to fall across the board, particularly ahead of a central banker's decision, is it means financial conditions are tightening. And that's not good for the economy or the stocks at all. In fact, here we can see when the Fed starts to cut, as we look at the federal funds rate in blue against 10-year treasury yields, what you can note is the Fed starts to see that rates are coming down. In fact, that's what normally happens as the bond market leads every Fed decision. We've shown you charts of the 2-year yield, but here you see the 10-year yield of what's happening in China. Then the Fed starts to cut, and what central bankers believe is, well, all the bond market needed was just a little bit of a cut in rates, and that was going to unleash spending and inflation. But what happens is rates continue to fall. We see that happen into every Fed rate cutting cycle. Now, what's notable here is back on Wednesday, Powell said, well, this really is the beginning.
Okay, you can stop it for a minute, Colin.
Don't expect more big rate cuts.
All right, we want to say something about this? Yeah, because like...
Okay, so basically I put this up. One of my brothers sent it to me. This whole situation is going to have a ripple effect on relationships between men and women. It's going to have a ripple effect on immigration. It's going to have a ripple effect on what's going to happen in the election. All of these things that you're saying, Kala, are all interrelated with one another. Mm-hmm. Okay, relationships and economics, immigration and economics. All of this stuff is what's happening. All of these companies are now starting, okay, since the Fed dropped the interest rate, are starting to lay people off. They're trying to cut costs so they can sell their stocks at a higher price. And so a lot of us think that this immigration thing that we talk about on these channels is about
cutting interest rate actually promotes borrowing, you know?
No, the reason why they cut interest rates is to avoid a recession, keep the economy going.
Yeah, but it's going to encourage borrowing. So people are going to borrow.
No, that's not what the economist said. What it's doing right now is causing.
Well, he's just giving his opinion, though.
What's happening is people are losing. It's not an opinion. There are massive layoffs that are happening right now in America. This is why even in Europe there's a backlash against immigration. Usually the way it works is that people encourage immigration to come into their country. They encourage immigrants to migrate into their country because because of the Ponzi scheme, which is Social Security, right?
I mean, when you speak about interest rate, right, you have to consider two factors, right? You're talking about the producers and the consumers, right? Now you're making a statement on the producer point of view. What about the consumer point of view too?
If you have no job,
they might have a
consumer.
They might
can't be a consumer if you don't have any job.
Well.
That means you
necessarily
default.
So this whole fact is you can't just make a generalized statement.
America runs on credit, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying the reason why America
runs on credit.
Wait. The reason why the central government raised interest rate is to control
borrowing. Federal Reserve, not central government, bro.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, you get a point.
Federal Reserve is an independent thing.
It's the same thing. It is the same thing. Come on, man. Let's not play semantics, man. It's the same thing. You get the point.
People bank is one thing. The Federal Reserve.
But that's in other countries they call it central bank, right?
Yeah, but in America we got the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, but
the Federal Reserve is different from the central bank in America.
It is actually. in principle, it's the same thing. What are you guys talking about? Let's not make an argument about this, man. In principle, it's the same thing.
This
Please.
guy, he
Every
been in
American's
5
telling you
years.
that you're wrong.
He
Give it
knows
back.
everything
In
about
principle,
It's not the same
American
thing. The
politics.
Treasury is different than the central bank.
I'm saying in principle, it's the same thing. Let's not play semantics with this, man.
In
No,
principle, it's not.
the
That's
Federal
four people
Reserve
telling you wrong.
is privately owned. The Federal Reserve is privately owned.
What you
It's
don't
a
understand is
conglomeration
that
of central banks from around the world.
we owe a lot of money, okay, to China. So what China does is
What is the primary role of
China,
Federal Reserve?
hold on 1 second.
What is the
We're
primary
not
role?
going to spend on
and monetizing and
Mhm.
keeping inflation under control and stuff like that, printing money.
And yeah, printing money and loaning money to
But
the
that's the
Treasury.
same. That is
They
the same
said,
responsibility of central bank in other countries too. I
but
mean,
Well,
like
we're
in
not
all
talking
three of
principle,
them
about
it's the
are
central
same
different.
bank.
thing.
The United
I
States
mean, in the
dollar is the default
no, but
currency
I'm
in the
saying,
world.
but I'm saying
Everything,
principle,
it's
man,
still
guys.
the default
Let
currency
Yeah,
in the
but
world.
let's not.
the
Hey,
century,
guys.
the Federal Reserve don't hold the United States money. It's not the
Yeah, but I'm
country's money
saying,
that they hold.
wait. I'm saying
This
in
is why we
principle,
were saying, this is why
man.
we
Good
were
guy,
talking
man.
about, and you don't want to hear it. When these people, when I put up there last week, that people in these European countries are willing to pay immigrants to leave their country, right? So when you're dealing with a situation in terms of economics, okay, with a relationship with families, and people have to have jobs to be consumers. If they're laid off, how are they going to feed their families? Unless they're entrepreneurs and they have a way of making money, and everyone can't do that. And everyone doesn't know how to make money as an entrepreneur. Most people work jobs, right? Am I wrong?
Employment.
Most
Yeah,
people are employees.
about low interest rate necessarily. That's no. It's not gonna like trickle down. I mean, there's a whole
The
lot of
man
factors
just
that you have.
explained to you
Yeah, but you just
how the
listen to his opinion, man. Like we all
because
did
people
economics, so we
because
understand some basic concept of economics. I'm just giving you
anyway,
like a
all
different perspective.
I understand, but the perspective is people are losing their jobs. There are massive layoffs in America, right? So now you have a whole class of people who have come to this country, and so that has a strain now on these countries because they have to do what? They have to give their children have to go to school, right? So you have to build up the infrastructure for the children to go to school. And the whole idea is that the people who come here, okay, will pay high taxes, okay, and allowing them to feed into the social security, right? The taxes from social security would go in to pay people who have paid into the system. That's the whole reason why you have immigration. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that's why they have immigrants in
Yeah,
the
we know
country?
that. It's to broaden the tax base to support Social Security. We understand that.
I know you understand that, but does Zongo understand that? Do you understand that, Zongo?
I mean, it could be part of it. It could be other factors too as well,
What
just to
what what other
stimulate the
factor you
economy.
think it is?
I mean, bringing immigrants, enhances productivity in the economy, pretty much too as well. In other,
You
like
really believe that?
there could be other part of America like most Americans do not go to, like maybe immigrants go to those areas to help stimulate that the economy over there. I'll give you one example.
Yeah,
Where I
let's
went to
hear this.
college, where I went to college was a very small college town. You don't see a lot of people like during vacation. The town is
Mhm.
like a ghost town. So like bringing like students to that region helps to stimulate the economy in that particular like vicinity, like that small town. So there's nuances to that kind of like statement too as well.
How many immigrants do you think that were in that particular town? Do you think they were more than maybe 10% of the population? If that, maybe 3 or 4%? Do
Not
you think
necessarily.
that stimulated
I
the
mean,
economy? Do you
I mean,
really think that?
immigrants.
They had to get back government loans. They weren't paying for their college up front.
Yeah, but at the end of
So
the
they
day,
had to
you
be
need.
they had to be involved. They
But Dalito,
cost just as much. That's not true. See, this is what we
are you
always have
changing
to
it?
talk
Are you
about the
changing the topic
ethos.
now?
We
You
have
changing the
no,
topic
I'm not
now?
changing the topic. We have to talk about the ethos of people's behavior, and they truly believe that nonsense. Okay? People have come here not to stimulate the economy. They come here to pay in the tax base so they could support Social Security. Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. What is a Ponzi scheme? That means that you give in money, right? And
Mhm.
somebody has to come behind you in order for the scheme to continue on. When people,
Exactly.
it's like a pyramid.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the whole
Once
concept of
people
that
stop
program.
paying in the pyramid, right? Then the whole
Once-
structure falls down.
Exactly.
They're not here to do anything else. I'm not talking about the people who are physicians and scientists. I'm talking about the everyday average person is coming here to pay into the Social Security. That's what they're here for.
Yeah, but Dollar Bill, if you I mean at your workplace, I'm sure like your HR people will tell you like, I mean, Social Security is part of like your one of your retirement plans, but you don't necessarily rely on just the Social Security alone.
No, Social
The benefit
Security
of
is only
there are
one
other,
part,
yeah, there
but
are other
they
like
have nothing to do with
plans
my.
that you have to invest as well.
But
I mean,
they,
you don't have to.
exactly.
You have to, yeah.
So in mind that they call it the three-legged approach. You have your pension, which is matched by certain points of match by the
Yeah,
government, okay,
employee,
or the
employee
agency to which you
contribution.
work
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
Then you have another one, which is a tax deferred annuity, okay,
Okay.
where you pay in pre-tax money, and you're able to invest that in various things, and then you have your Social Security. So that it's a three-pronged thing. That's what that is. But so what I'm trying to explain to you, that the people who are paying for people on Social Security right now are people who are new people coming into the system.
All of
Poor
us included.
people pay
All of
less
us out there.
tax. Poor people pay more tax because they don't understand the structure of tax in this country. That's
Mhm.
why rich people know the loopholes and they pay less taxes, right? So when they raise the interest rates, they're also raising the rates for investment. So when Ronald Reagan was the president of the United States, the interest rate was 13% or more. Well, what does that mean? It costs you more money to buy a house, but you could also get a CD, right, at 13%.
Yeah, but the primary motive of inviting immigrants is to stimulate the economy. I mean, but once it's like because once
You
they come,
stimulate the economy by paying
they
for
improve
things that.
productivity. Wait, they improve
No,
improve
you pay into the
productivity.
Social
They get
Security.
they make their
You pay
money.
for a lot of things. You're not making them. You're making money for the
Zongo,
people who are
Mhm.
already. Explain.
Zongo, you know that most immigrants that come into this country are not old people. They are people of working
Your voice is
age.
kind of like can you
Yeah,
like
they're
talk
not
about
old people. They're people of working age. So they come here to support the Social Security system. For those who are getting
your
older
sound is kind of
and
like
living
I
longer,
don't know if you can hear me
they
clearly.
come in to support the Social Security
Can
system.
you hear me?
Everything Dollar Bill is
Can you
saying
hear
is
me, guys?
true.
The man's just telling you how it is. I don't know why you make yourself believe that America needs you because you're a special Negro. You're not. And
Oh
so
man.
if you believe that, but you're not. You're not a special Negro. You're just being used like everybody else is being used. That's what it is. They put
Wait,
all that
but
Statue of Liberty crap up, and y'all lap it up. Y'all
yeah,
really believe that?
yeah,
Oh, the nation. This is a
dollar
nation
bill,
full of immigrants. It
but
is
dollar bill,
not. Most
dollar
people
bill.
here, immigrants are. This is not a nation of immigrants. New York City, okay, brought the immigrants in to work them. They needed more white people. They gave them automatic citizenship. The way civil service was originally put together in Tammany Hall, which is in downtown Manhattan, was that there were no such thing as a civil service test. They had aldermen who were local gang leaders, okay, who were politicians. And if you support these Irish politicians or Italian politicians, one of the things that they would do for you was get you a good city job.
So
This
okay,
is why. Hold up, man.
let's
Let me land the
let's discuss
plane.
about it. Let's discuss about it
Let
then.
me land the
Right?
plane.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is why in New York City, the Irish took over the police department.
And the
This
fire
is why the Italians took over the sanitation department.
and construction.
Right?
Hey,
This is
by the way, like the topic has digressed to a
no,
different topic
but
now. Original topic has
we're talking
digressed.
about relationships between men and women
And
have a
also
lot to do
between
with
other people.
economics.
Also, I said in the topic, I talked about men and women. Also, I'm talking about the feuding faction and the diaspora. Didn't want to really dwell on that because that always comes up anyway. So, but I don't want to accused of starting a diaspora war. But I'm saying is this feuding factions when people want unity, and I said, okay, people like a good sister Frenchie and Mary Shy. It was like, oh, I'm sick of this fighting and whatnot. Well, you can't. There's always going to be friction if people don't have a fundamental. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. I don't mean stumble on my words. When I played that video for a piece of the action yesterday, everybody in there basically Africanized and immigrationized the sister that was the teacher, right? They represent the teacher, and the woman that was basically telling her off and whatnot. That's your African American. So that basically what that is a big smack in the face to me. I had this one chick on Facebook, one of Dynasty friends, right? She calls it Dynasty. The girl Mizza. She said I put up a post that said about R. Kelly. I mean, not R. Kelly. LeBron James is with his wife, right, since high school, right? And Sierra is with Russell Simmons. She don't respect him or that. And the post was saying, notice how females don't. LeBron James' wife is called Savannah. Notice how they don't
Savannah Jones.
Savannah the way they do Sierra because they don't have respect because she was like this because she's not. LeBron's not a baby mother. They let her more. And then this girl right on my post, typical Black American culture. I said, "How dare you? How dare you?" I said, "I'm a product of Black America. Why do people think they can say stuff like that?" And she goes, "Oh, you sound so triggered. Why would you say something like that on my page? Typical Black American culture." And I blame Dynas because he let these people get away with that shit. And so
why? Because he believes a lot of it in himself. He truly.
Hey, Kyla, we promoting peace. Let's not go into that.
No, I don't believe in peace. I mean, honestly, I don't believe in peace, bro. You can't have peace.
Do that,
you cannot have peace.
Let's go to more like constructive conversation.
If you say propaganda and you talk about things of war, when you basically dehumanize somebody, you don't want peace.
Kyla, you're the host of the show. Don't let Dollar Bill change the whole conversation.
I'm not saying
what did Dollar Bill do?
That was one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight. I'm talking like this. We're feuding right now. The diaspora's feuding. Black male and black females are feuding. Everybody's feuding. And the bottom line is, like I said about the show tonight, the African American male, the black male, and it could be other men too, if you feel it's two-way too, but particularly the African American male, I believe America got their foot on the black African American's neck, right? And they want us to comply. I said we get nothing. Tell me, what do we get for the community? And other people may disagree with me about this, right? What do we get out of the community right now? Every time I turn around, I go to MSNBC. I got these like the Jonathan K parts with that. What's that one chick that looked like a friggin' looked like a man that was with Joe Biden's campaign person? Remember that chick, Amanda, whatever her name is. Remember her?
The secretary.
She was like
the lesbian.
Biden's
Simone. I think her name is Simone something.
Yeah, whatever.
Simone.
You know what she said? She said, "Black men, y'all need to just shut up."
Yeah, she's a lesbian. Isn't she the one?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Simone is not a lesbian. Corinne Jean-Pierre is the one who is the press secretary.
She's a Haitian lesbian, yeah.
Yeah. But the bottom line, that one, the one you was talking about, right? She told black men, y'all need to just shut up. What about black men? In other words, basically, and also that chick, what's her name on that's on The View, the light skin one, Sunshine, whatever her name, what's her name?
Uh-huh.
She said, I know black men are gonna come out because we're gonna force
Sonny Huston.
Yeah. And so I'm saying to myself,
we're gonna shut up by not voting for
this disrespecting black men. It's there every day telling how worthless we are and everything. So now basically black men say, something, we're not really feeling the political situation. Now you got people like D.L. Hughley and Roland Martin beating black men up every day because we dare to question, why are we going out there to vote? Why are we there? So bottom line is, but they want peace, Peace means compliance, You just go along.
Carla, so you don't want peace, Carla? You and Dollar.
No, I don't want. Look, I want peace.
I'm pushing peace now.
Hold on. No, there's no peace without justice. If people come here,
no justice, no peace.
About Black America, why not? They don't want peace.
What they want to do is lure us to sleep.
So the last time we had a very interesting conversation, because I think I'm getting to realize that even like the attitude of some African Americans is regionally, some of them, the ones from the Northeast, they have this arrogant attitude. You know, the one from down south. They're very, it's easy to deal with them actually. You know, they don't act like
Arrogant attitude.
I mean, that's what I noticed, you know, because the
I
guys
hear
from
you.
Georgia, I mean, they don't act that way, the way Kyler kind of acts, you know.
No,
Oh,
what I'm
really?
saying.
So where's
what I'm
Tyreek
saying is,
from?
hold up. When you get in these conversations, right? We're talking about politics. Everybody, you say something, Zongo. Everybody wants us to do something. Like, let me give you an example. We get nothing out of the political process.
But
Tell
you
me,
do realize that the black Americans from the north always
no.
have
Tell
this
me,
like
no,
an
tell me.
arrogant attitude, you
Right
know.
now,
People,
everybody's angry with us because we're saying a lot of us are saying we don't want to vote for Kamala, right? So they're angry with us, you know. They're angry with us. Everybody's mad at us and whatnot, you know. But one thing they never
why do
come
you
up
like
with.
generalizing black Americans? Because the southern black Americans, they have very hospitable, like, you know, personality, you know.
Oh, we all do, but when it comes down to politics and everything, it's different. You know, you talk to a brother when right here on this platform, we're just talking politics, right? If people like with Mike Olawale, if he was just going to just say you see this nice black person you say you are, and somebody like Afrodamas go on that platform just spewing that in nonsense, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to provoke them into being a college genesis. You know, you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It
but I mean,
don't take
but
much. It don't
let's be
take
honest, man.
It don't take
You
much.
know what it is? You know what
Let's
it
be honest.
is?
By population size, black
You know what it
Americans
is?
still have influence in
First of all,
American
you know what it
politics. You
is? You
know,
know what it
like
is with you,
we
Zongo?
can't deny. What
You're
is it?
not
What is
used to real alpha males in the African American community. What you
man,
what you
it has
what
nothing
you
to do with
what you
alpha
like
males. That's been
like
arrogance,
to
man.
what you like to deal with are the broke ones, the butt broken ones, the ones that can't keep themselves together. So when we talk about things in terms of strength and power and things that we believe in as men, you can't take that.
But
So
it
you
has
don't
nothing to do with
you
alpha,
would
man. You got
prefer
like,
to talk to someone who looks up to you. Why would I look up to you? What are you? Who are you?
and I mean, I'll prefer
No,
someone who speaks with
be honest with
reason that
yourself.
just acting
Who are
like, you know,
you? Who
arrogant
are you? It's not
without
arrogant.
substance.
I don't
Without
think
That's
I'm
not
substance.
arrogant,
arrogant.
Zongo.
Who are you that we
Carla, you
have to
are
look up to
arrogant.
you?
Yes, you are. You are arrogant. You
How are
know,
we arrogant? You know, tell me one thing
you
I said
are. You
was
are.
arrogant.
Yesterday when you got mad, you even insulted
No, hold on. I was angry. Like
Why
I
are
Mike.
you
said,
talking
I
about
apologize for it.
yesterday?
I said it
Why did
again.
you come up and represent yourself yesterday?
Because
Yesterday
No,
when
I didn't call you.
yesterday
Hold on.
I heard you
I
talking
never
shit
called
about
you
me to
that.
you, Dollar Bill.
Let me tell
yes,
you
I
something.
did, and I'm
Zongo,
telling you in your
I made
face.
a comment towards Mike Olawale. Why?
I said you a
Because he's in my
snake.
chat room making insults
You
about.
make
First of all,
all forms of lies against me. Like
No,
you
I
don't
said
even
you were
know
a
me. Like
snake.
it
yes, you
takes
do.
I
a
said you were a
Zongo. Let me hold.
snake.
Let me say it. Dollar Bill. Let me say this right.
I mean, like
Mike,
yesterday.
hold up. Let me say this. Right. Mike Olawale, right? I was basically making a comment about people trying to destroy Black America's image, right? Now I said I'm talking about people like the Alice Walkers and people like that. You know, people like that. Sometimes I would think I'm talking about Tyler Perry. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
right away, without even hearing everything I said, this fool going to get up there and say, "Oh, yeah, the white man's oppressing you," right? I didn't mention the white man, so he's already jumping, putting words in my mouth and whatnot. That's when I blew up and called him what I said. You know, that's what
You
I
had
blew.
every reason to do it and every right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Zongo.
bottom line, he acts like that. And the bottom line, I'm like this. I told him, the white man don't need you defending him. And then also, I said earlier on this show, right? I said, and he commented, he couldn't comment, he couldn't come back. I said, if you guys think the white man, he said, Roy Comments, the white man wants him here, not us.
That's what they believe.
That is a friggin' insult, you know. And the bottom line, then basically he says we're gonna replace you.
That's what they
You know what I'm saying?
believe. Zongo think he's an extraordinary Negro. So I said to him that I would prefer to deal with somebody like Mike, because unlike Mike, okay, Mike tells us exactly who he is and what he's about. Is Zongo the insidious Negro that's always saying little slick and sly remarks? Okay, you're the dangerous one. And that's what I said. And I'm here to tell
Man, you
you
made
in your
a lot of,
face.
well, you made lies and accusations
I
against
never
me. I
lied.
don't,
You're the
but I
one
don't
that
like Black
told you
Americans, man.
no, you
Man, you
don't.
think if I don't
You
really
don't.
like Black
You
Americans, why
don't.
would I come to Kyla's channel?
To mess with us. You're just like Mike. You want to come in and try to present
No,
something.
no.
Listen,
What
I'm
I
supposed
think
to. I don't,
Zongo is he wants a a relationship. You got to give us better.
We don't want no
You know
relationship.
what? This is what I
Zongo's
gather
full of
from
crap.
Zongo. Tell me if I'm wrong, Zongo. Is that you really think that we need to just get on our knees and basically say, Zongo, we're so unworthy because we're slaves to Satan. We don't know so-called.
Yeah, he got to teach us culture.
Basically, we're trying to tell you now.
Show us how
That
to eat fufu.
now going forward, we don't give a shit about Africa and shit no more.
That's what he. It's the African shuffle. It's the hustle.
The price is too high. The price is high. Because you know the problem we did. You know, when I'm thinking about my years with
guys,
Africans Africa, the dashikis, the Wakanda, and that they basically held the key for our life and whatnot. That
yes, like you broke it, nigga.
Y'all need us and whatnot. And then we're trying to tell you, I think you miscalculated. You know, y'all played your hand too soon, and we're telling you now, no, it wasn't like that. You know, and you guys want us to worship you and stuff like that. And that's not.
You want to hustle us like you hustle our women to get you a green card. And so I said,
man, I mean, yesterday I heard you making out lies, man. Like, where do you get?
What lie did I say?
I never told you that actually.
You didn't have to. I told you.
I mean, you are
that's how you got your
against me. Like that's lie, man.
I told you that's how you got your green card when you married that sister in Chicago.
That's a lie, man. That's a lie, man.
Really? Where did you get your green card?
You shouldn't be saying stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to.
I should be telling the truth.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be telling the truth. Okay, but you.
I'm
lying.
I wouldn't speak behind your back about even your family. You know.
Oh no, you say even worse things to me. Oh, how could you, Dollar Bill, live in the ghetto? You know, you this and that.
Yeah, well, that's one-on-one conversation on a public platform.
I've heard the things that you've said, and I'm telling you, I got your number, bro. I know who you are.
Like mistake, like I mean,
you what you
guys
do
were
is
just crazy, man.
You like to throw rocks and hide your hand, and I'm just telling people who you are. I'm just exposing you. You are just like Mike Omawala. You're just like him.
And the problem is sometimes you speak with confidence, thinking you're telling the truth, but you're speaking just.
I'm telling the truth.
Lies, man.
I'm telling the truth. You want to come up here and tell lies. You're the one that wants to come up here and tell lies. I'm telling you the truth. And you know what? You didn't like it, and neither did the other sister. She didn't like when I told her the truth about sisters in this country, okay, who don't want to deal with African American men because basically because they're afraid that they're going to be ostracized by other African men. But African men feel free to roam our communities, trying to talk to anybody they want to, okay, and try because they want a green card. And I'm telling her this because I know people. I'm not speculating. I know that this is a way of life. It's been going on for 30 or 40 years.
I'm like this. I'm like, I said this before, man.
You just crazy,
sister marries somebody from Nigeria, whatever like that, and get a green card. Those type of females, you know, I'm just like, I have no respect for in the first place. They have low self-esteem.
But that's what they look for. They look for people with low self-esteem.
Yeah, so those
then they can turn around and talk about them later.
My problem is
African American.
When Africans come here.
So you actually believe you have like you're the alpha male, like you like what does alpha male means to you?
Here you
what
go.
does that mean to you? Like
you see how you a minister of misinformation. When I hit you on the head, with facts, like now you're
being
skating
like
around.
all this
now you're
alpha,
skating.
it doesn't mean anything.
You see how you're skating?
All right, we're not getting any place with this.
Can I ask you a question? Why don't you deal with the facts? Why don't you deal with what I said?
Like this, Zongo. Like I said, I don't have enough evidence against you.
I don't have nothing against him, but I know the snake he is.
Say some slick shit and everything like that.
How am I a snake, man? My homeboy's African American. On the whole, I went to party with him. Like, let me say this.
On the whole, right? I do think that you think there's some flex because, like I said, when this is how people do. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I know a lot of bougie black people do the same thing. When the popular opinion of black people is negative, right? They know how to basically put on a different skin and say, I'm not that. You know, I grew up in such a. Let me give you a perfect example I'm talking about, right? We used to know these type of black people when I grew up in upstate New York, right? And they lived in this area called Arcadia. That was like a black suburb, you know, really middle class, upper middle class. We live in the middle class suburb, but they were like really but we used to call them buppies and everything like that, right?
I remember the
So
puppies.
when somebody did something like Newburgh was like the inner city, whatever like that, they're like, I don't go around those people and everything like that, but you guys are the same race, you know. And we sometimes the niggas like that get that Negro wake up call, you know. Then we all come together. It never fails. The problem with you immigrants is you guys basically, no matter, even if you do get your Negro wake up call, you really do think that the like I told Mike Olawale, I said, if the white man, ask him what the white man's general opinion about the white farmers in Southern Africa, they'll tell you that the white man pulls out of Southern Africa, Africans can't feed themselves. That's what they think of Black Africa, right? So if they think of that, fundamentally think of that as Black Africa, then you come to America. When did their opinion of you change?
But why do you care about that though? Like,
no, I'm saying, but Michael Olawale said the white man needs him here. The white man wants him here. The white man would rather have him here. We proved ourselves in this country.
Why are you worried about reparations?
Yeah.
Why are you worried about black female relationships in the black community? Just like you can see, that's the problem you dudes do. You go on these shows talking the blacks do this and the blacks do that. And when we have an opinion, we shouldn't have any opinion, but you guys should have dominion over us. Because maybe you think you are our African slave masters.
You don't like peace, man. You like chaos and conflict.
I don't want peace.
You actually thrive in chaos and conflict.
You're not sincere.
Hold on, Elvis. I mean, not Elvis. Zongo, you cannot have peace when somebody comes. The whole thing is, I'm here to replace you. I'm here to get with your enemies. If you get with our enemies,
who said that? Did I say that?
Hold up, you're spilling out white supremacy talking points from my.
What did I say? What did I spill?
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about the people you hang around with. You know what I'm saying?
Which mean I hang around with? A lot of the people that I only meet them on the internet. I've never even met.
No, what I'm saying, what you have to do is, I think what it is. I think.
I'm my own man.
I had conversation with you, Zongo, and everything, but you still on this whole. Yeah, man, we're gonna one day, we're gonna stick it to black people in America, whatever, like that.
Listen, man, I have heard Zongo
wait.
in a conversation with St. James saying these you can't trust these people. They don't like us because they know that they're better, that we're better than them.
Did you say that, Zongo?
What was that? This guy, man, he's a
now did you say something like that?
He said it exactly like that.
What was that?
The first time I came on the show, I couldn't get my microphone together. So the next day I went out and I ordered a new microphone.
On Carla's show?
On Carla's show. And I was still on. It was at the end of the live stream, the very first time that I came on. But I couldn't speak because something was wrong with my cord. I had a one of those Shure mics, and I got a new one now, but because I gave the other one to my son. It had like a different type of when like an input. The new input I have is a C USB, which allows me to work better because the other one kept slipping out. So I heard you talking to St. James. Okay, you were angry with Jonathan, and you kept saying these people, they're just angry with us because we're better than them.
Oh, maybe I was.
And you can't trust them.
Maybe I was referring.
Yeah, but that's your whole sentiment. This is what
I mean,
Kyle, what makes you hold on, Zongo? What makes you? I just want to ask a serious question, Dollar. Give me a second. In your opinion, just be honest with me, right? What makes you St. James and all you black people that came from overseas better?
Well, I mean, do you know why I come on your channel? Because I genuinely believe you're a very honorable person. I don't go.
Yeah, but I know that. That's not me. That's me. I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I never said that.
I'm a black African American, right? So I can't divorce myself. I'm not an individual. I'm part of a race. That's why this girl Mika said that about on Facebook about Black America. I said, look, I'm a product of Black America. I'm a success in Black America, right? And my success and everything didn't come from Africa.
Kyle, you missing one point. You just heard what Dollar said to you, right?
No, what I'm saying is,
wait. Let me finish. You never asked him the context to which I spoke, right? Because even me, I don't even recall. Even if I said that, I would even generalize that. You know, maybe I was speaking to a
I was
specific
putting it up now.
But
What
dollar bill, that's the past though. Let's leave the past in the past.
No,
Let's move forward.
what I'm trying to explain that this is a person. See, what he tries to do is play
I'm just beginning to
I'm just
understand that
saying
maybe
something.
you just like
What he
conflict,
tries to
man.
do
That's
is
who
play
you
little.
are.
He
Dollar
tries to play little psychological games. He thinks he's fooling someone, but he has revealed himself to me on who he truly is, and I call him out on it. He does it with you. He says that you're pandering to African Americans. He says that D is cosplaying, okay, because he's a Liberian and he's not really an African American. He talks stuff about Jonathan. This guy, he plays the game, like a cracker, always acting as if he's this nice guy and he wants peace. That's not who he is. So stop. Be who you are, bro. Stop
man,
being.
like
Stop
and I'm like,
lying.
they didn't bring me to
I
this
got
show,
more.
man.
I
was here on
respect.
Kyle's show before they
I got
came
more.
in. If anything, they gotta go, not
I
me.
got more respect. I got more respect for a person like Mike Amawali.
And also, let me say this, right? I don't have any problem with people basically saying, because I say this is a platform where I believe all opinions need to. So if you really have a problem with Black America, hey, you're free to say it over here. My problem I'm trying to say is I don't mind that fair, because sometimes, like I said, can we get along? Sometimes
Kyle, let me ask you something.
But let me say this. Zongo, let me
Okay.
say this. Let me
Go ahead.
finish what I'm saying. Now, what I don't like is, like I said, the Bible says, "Don't bear false witness against thy neighbor." When people get up here and say stuff like somebody that a band said, all black state in America look like Beirut when not, Black America. So basically, I'm saying you're coming from a country like Haiti and stuff like that. That's a complete war zone. You're coming from countries that every last single African countries receive U.S. aid. So you can't talk about Black people on welfare food stamps in America.
No, they can't actually. They can't speak. They can't hold that conversation. They can. Why not?
No. I'm saying, if you come on my chat room, right, our platform, I say small hours, and you make a comment about what Black America doing, which China said, Dollar Bill wrote it down, that the median income is $50,000, and they're in, no, it's not. They want to believe that, right? Because they have their alternative fantasy about what Black America is. Reality is this, that when you come to like Mike Olawale, this is how delusional he is. He says that 30 million out of 45 million Black people in America are immigrants. He really believes that, So these guys live in an alternate reality. In Prince George's County, Africans, we're rocking Prince George's County. 2% of the population are Black immigrants, right? But they just now completely, after all the generations of Black people that built Prince George's County, they want to freaking erase us and whatnot and Africanize Prince George's County for themselves. This way, and reality is, when it really comes down to it, those are African Americans,
And they'll come in with African American success. So those successful ones, we don't have a problem with them.
We have no problem with them.
Don't come in here and say that you made it that way, because you didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, this question has to be addressed to Mike, not me, because I didn't make that statement.
Well, I know that. What I'm saying,
why are you referring that to me?
What about all the statements you talked about when you told me I was a liar, that I said that my house is worth close to $1 million, that the house behind me sold for $900 and some thousand. Excuse me, and you said, okay, that I'm lying, right? Because nothing costs that much in the Bronx, because the Bronx is this and the Bronx is that. Have you ever been to the Bronx?
Regions in the
Bronx
world.
is a ghetto, man. It's a ghetto, man.
You see what? There he is.
That's what I'm talking about. The Bronx is ghetto. No, that's the
Yeah, Zongo, don't be saying stupid shit like that. The Bronx has New York as a whole has high property value.
Everything. It's the most developed. Tell me an area in Ghana.
Shut up, man, Elvis, man. Shut up, man. I can say whatever I want to say.
You see what I mean, Elvis? You see how his true nature is coming through? When
no,
the pressure
wait.
When the pressure gets on him.
We see videos about Bronx, man, on YouTube, man.
You see videos. Oh. You see videos on the Bronx.
I mean, but in any case, whatever I said about you, That's my own opinion. Why would you generalize that? I was referring to
How
the whole
could you
African
have an
Americans.
opinion of me
I was
when you
I
never
was
met
referring
me?
to you. No, Kala,
Yes, you
you are
told me
such a
about where I
wait,
live.
wait,
You
wait,
told
wait.
me
Let
that
me
it's a
finish, man.
ghetto.
Shut up and let me
You told me
finish.
that I was no, I'm not shutting up. You told me I was a ghetto person. You came
Yeah,
on
but I was referring to you. Why would you project that on others,
you
though?
told me that
Why would you
these
project that on
people
others?
you said these people, they're just angry with us because they know that we're better than them. That's what you said to St. James.
But okay, but if I say something to you, why would you project that on
I
Kala
said
and
you talked
others?
about my
See,
people.
see, the problem with you, Kala,
Ah,
is
yeah, tell us all our problems.
his victim mentality, and he's
Victim
projecting that on you
mentality.
guys.
There
No,
you
let me
go.
ask you a
Right?
question, Zongo.
There you go.
Zongo, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about that, right? Is the only people that use victim mentality is black
But in any
Americans,
case,
right?
Kala, if I said that, I'm entitled to my opinion.
You're
I could
entitled
be
to
wrong
opinion.
with
Okay,
my
I get
opinion.
that.
It's
I
not
get that.
facts, it's opinion.
Did
That's
you
what I
like the
said.
fact that hold on, did you like when we played that video of people shitting on the beaches in Ghana? You know what I'm saying? Did you like that?
I mean, you guys are entitled to do whatever you want with your own rights. I mean, I
Did
don't
we make
feel
it
But
up?
what
bad
I'm
in
saying,
Ghana.
but what I'm saying is this though. Wouldn't it be better if basically this is what we're trying to say? You know, my whole thing is like
Man,
this.
Kala, man, I
I
came on this
generally
platform
oh
today.
check
I'm
this out.
preaching peace.
Anybody
Oh,
can
stop.
attest
It
to
You're
looks
this.
the
like
victim. Stop acting like a victim.
Check us
Stop
out, Zongo.
pleading like a little woman.
Check us out, Django. Check us out. This is what I normally do.
man,
There's a
shut up,
lot of
man. Dollar
stuff
Bill, shut
about
up.
A little
Africa I
woman.
know about, right? Really bad stuff. Like people talk about this girl talk about yeah, baby mama culture is thing. Bomani and I was talking tonight. He said, man, all you see in Ghana is single mothers, orphan kids, everything all over the continent, right?
Prostitution.
Yeah,
Cut the
everything like
drama,
that goes
man.
on. But the bottom line is this: we don't take your dirt, your something that's in your country. Why? Because we generally love you. We
Listen,
don't take
can I say this, Kala?
a thing like that and just say, look
Kala.
at these people. Why you guys feel like you got to take anything that's wrong with Black America?
Kala,
Man,
can I say
single
this?
motherhood,
Can,
single motherhood
can I
hasn't
say
reached
this,
endemic
Kala?
proportion in Ghana.
Kala,
That's a
Kala,
lie.
Kala.
That's a lie.
Do you know
Okay, we want to play the video. Okay,
listen,
It
hold
hasn't
on.
reached endemic proportion
Hold on 1
compared to what
second.
it is in
Do
America.
you know
That's a
that
lie.
the slave
really?
trade?
Okay.
Hold up.
Yes, it is.
Hold up.
Okay,
Do you know
Zongo,
that the
stick around.
Arab
We're gonna play a
slave
video.
trade officially just stopped in the 1970s?
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Of Zanzibar.
That the slave trade that started before the triangular slave trade, the Arab slave trade in Africa, okay, just officially stopped. Do you know that there's a society that tracks slaves and trafficking across the world?
Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know that?
Mauritania still has black slavery.
See, the problem with you is, Zongo, you think that because you was in the ghetto with some ghetto people, and I don't have no problem with my ghetto people. You do. Okay. You think that you're so superior and you're intelligent that you're gonna act sublime. You're gonna come in here and I want peace. Like you had an epiphany.
But
You
why are
don't
you
want
projecting
peace
on others? I'm
because you're
referring to you,
two-faced.
Dollar.
You're
I'm
two-faced.
referring that to you
You
particular.
you refer to me, you refer to my people. You are two-faced. Okay, and that's
So,
who you are.
Kala,
And I want people to see you.
are you going to fight for him,
are.
Kala? Are you going to fight for him then? If I say I refer to him in
I
particular,
don't.
are you going to fight for him?
You don't have to
So
fight.
my
for me.
whole thing,
I can
my
fight for
thing is,
I'm asking you.
Zongo.
I want to know where you stand on this.
Let me say this,
You're
Zongo.
just projecting, man.
That's between you and him. But the bottom line is,
Exactly,
I'm like,
man. That's
my
the right response.
my whole thing is when you make generalization. I keep saying this, and nobody keeps like this. When somebody makes propaganda and generalizations about somebody, that's not somebody that wants peace. You know, that's somebody that wants war. You know, that's what I feel. You know, when you make a comment like, the Bronx is all ghetto when that.
Yeah, but I mean, but the Bronx is just a city within America. Even in
I
New
know
York
that,
City,
but the Bronx is like one of the densely populated areas, as one of those highly developed areas in the city.
yeah, but there are other like boroughs outside of the Bronx too.
Yeah, but hold on.
So
The bottom line is,
you're
Bronx is
such a
ghetto.
myopic
What's your
person.
definition of
You
ghetto?
think
Zongo, people are ghetto.
Zongo, have you ever been to the Bronx?
I haven't been there yet. I've
You
seen
know
a
he
couple.
hasn't.
You go there is a
I haven't
different
been there
thing.
yet, but I mean,
There are
I've
parts of
seen
the
a lot of
Bronx that look
couple of.
really
I
nice.
have like many stories
by
there.
what
People have
Alexandria
videos
is
proving that.
and all that, Delancey Street, all that stuff like that. The concourse, all that shit's nice over there. You know. Up there by where the city college is right there.
Wow.
That's
But that's
nice
no
over there.
that's not where Dollarable stays. Dollarable
No,
stays
it's
in the
all in
ghetto
the same
area.
vicinity. All you see is
Yeah,
Dominican
he stays
businesses,
in the
black
ghetto.
businesses,
He stays in the
everything
ghetto
like
area.
that.
That's where he stays.
No,
Bro, when I went
you
down there in
you
2010 for my
barely
cousin's
literate,
graduation,
man.
right?
You are barely
That
literate.
that was
You
like I was
stumble
like
on every
shocked how
word that you
developed it
speak.
is. They cleaned that
How do
area
you
up.
think? How do you know where I live, man? How do you know, son?
So
I'm
how you
not a
define how do you
Bill's like
define
white store. He's in
literacy?
that white store. That's a nice
English
store.
language is literacy to you, Dollar Bill?
What did you say?
English language is literacy to you?
No, it's reading, writing, speaking. Okay, that's part of literacy in any language.
Okay, so you're gonna use that to judge?
No, I'm judging you because you're trying to judge me.
Man, you crazy, man. If that's the
You
case,
are
you go
not
to Amazon.
qualified.
If
You are
you go
not
to Amazon,
qualified.
wait.
You are not
If
qualified to judge me. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're telling me about a place that you've never visited before in your life.
man, I just
That
gave my
shows your
opinion about you.
ignorance.
Yeah, but
Well, you know what?
about
Your
you.
opinion of me means nothing.
So
It
why are you
means
projecting
nothing.
that on others then? Why are you
Your
doing that on
opinion,
others?
your opinion of me means nothing. You know nothing. You're ignorant in what you're saying.
Maybe just like some fat ass Negro just staying in
Yeah,
the
you
Bronx
see, there
ghetto.
you go. There you go. You know what? Catch your hairline. How about that? Catch your
Well, you
hairline.
want to review yourself, so
Don't worry about me.
you and us can
being fat.
compare
It
ourselves
probably was a fat
our
guy
facial
that
features.
took
You
your
want to do
wife.
that? You want
It
to do
probably
that?
was a fat guy who took your wife.
You want to compare our facial features? You
All
want to
right,
do that?
now what
Come
you
on,
call it? Check this out.
and let's see.
This is like this
Man,
is this
shut
is
up, man. You're a
look,
punk.
this is an
Shut up.
orphanage in Ghana.
Get my
This
son to
is an
slap you in
orphanage.
your mouth. Shut up.
Bottom line is this is an orphanage in Ghana looking for a donation. Now, I'm not trying to play this to mock our people in Ghana. These are children. We love them and everything like that. And I would like to make a donation myself. But I'm trying to tell Zongo and whatnot, we can play this game, There's a lot of poverty in Ghana. A lot of kids that are abandoned and stuff like that. Yeah, they got a baby mama culture in Ghana. Dudes leaving their kids behind and whatnot. So I'm saying to myself, that's which is fantasy versus reality. Reality is, yes, there's a freaking thing. We're not mocking orphans. I'm trying to tell Zongo said we don't have that.
What's
All
up,
his women are
YT
virtuous,
fam?
and we don't have that in
Welcome
Ghana and
back to
whatnot. See, that's what
another
I'm talking
video.
about.
So let's go and visit the
So
orphanage.
He
they have
doesn't want
orphans
peace.
all over the continent.
He's
First
a
of all,
liar.
Christmas is all
And he
about
exposed
giving,
himself.
All they
showing
do
love
is
and
sit up
care.
here and
So
try to
this
make
day I
themselves
wasn't
look
feeling too
superior,
well. I'm still
plus
not
like they
well,
don't have these problems.
but I had to gather myself and take my
Man, you
family
guys are just a bunch of
to the
like chaotic
orphanage
people,
to see
man.
the
So we're
orphans
supposed to
as
sit back.
every
Look,
year
you want
we
to
do
sit
that.
back and just take
So
your
please
shit.
follow
And
us to
look,
the
this is not the
orphanage
search for
and
who.
let's go and show some love
I love my
to
brother
the
Dynasty, man,
orphans.
but this is not that
So
show.
let's
Where
go.
people just come here and just shit on Black America and get away with it. It don't work like that.
Go back to Afri dumbass.
You don't
No, I'm
come
not.
here.
You can't. No, you can't.
Lying.
Look at you, Dollar Bill, man. Stupid ass Negro, man. You wanna,
There you go. Now
like,
I'm a stupid ass nigga.
yeah, but I'm insulting you, man. Like I'm not afraid of you. I'm insulting you.
Yeah, okay.
Don't generalize.
What I
I'm
supposed to
insulting
do?
you, man.
I know.
Don't
You're a
generalize.
tough guy now.
The fuck?
You're a tough guy now.
But can we all agree that yes, we got problems with single
Don't
motherhood,
even show it, Carlo.
Carlo,
take that off. Don't even play the game with him because they're gonna try to use it against you.
We have this problem all over the black race. We have children that don't have fathers and mothers and stuff like that.
Man, Carlo, man. I mean, you want to talk about literacy? You change the whole topic about something else.
No, I'm telling you.
No, I'm saying like this. The reason why I
all part of the literacy, man. You lose focus
because
you have ADHD. That's the problem.
The bottom line is you're not being generous. You want peace, right?
You cannot even stay on focus.
You cannot. You cannot
turn the video off, Carlo.
You cannot
turn off the video, please.
Yeah. Okay. Turn it off.
I mean, Carlo, man, I thought you kind of
okay. When you cannot Zongo, you cannot talk to peace if you have this negative view of Black America. When you say but I was culture, that's not peace, bro.
I was referring now to Dollar Bill. In any case,
how you gonna refer to me as Dollar Bill? When did I have a baby mama?
But
Dollar Bill's not a baby father and whatnot,
No. What you said, you had a conversation with Bomani, and you said like there's a lot of single motherhood, and I'm saying the problem hasn't reached endemic proportion compared to
Yes,
what
it
it is.
has, man. What are you talking about?
That's not true.
You don't get it.
Where-
See, that's what I'm saying.
Where's your facts?
Do you have the stat, Zongo? There are a lot of single mothers in Africa, bro. There are a lot of single mothers in Africa.
Look, Zongo. I give a shout to you, right? Show me the equivalent in Black America where there's orphanages and whatnot.
You gotta listen sometimes, when I use words. Endemic proportion. That is the word, the key word over there.
What are you talking about?
Especially the women don't even know who the baby daddies are. That's a big problem over there.
So how is it that you want to protect your country, right? And then you get defensive,
That's
right?
the reality. That's the reality. This is about protection, man.
The bottom line, so you tell me Ghana doesn't have a child abandonment problem? We're not single mother.
The women come in there doing prostitution.
They got a horrible, bad child abandonment problem.
If you talk about
my partner, mama left the hood. She went out there to go help out these, abandoned kids.
So
I got pictures of that shit.
We all know
it
that.
was so sad.
We don't take the time to friggin'
it was just so sad.
Like you guys do with us.
Zongo, you're
in terms of infrastructure and development, right? I mean, everybody knows it's all like the U.S. is way developed. The countries in Africa,
are phony.
What we're trying to tell you is,
I'm telling you, we're living
in a developed country, right?
If you disagree with me,
so if we have a couple of baby mamas here, and look, if we have a couple of baby mamas here, you know what I think it is, Dollar Bill? A lot of these guys, not just African immigrants, just black men in general, manosphere people types, right? I really think they'd be mad because the women didn't choose them.
Man, you know what it is? This is what I think.
I think they hate women because women didn't choose them.
The baby mama has even created a manosphere in America. Everybody knows about this shit.
Yeah, but
what are you guys talking about? That is an indication of the problem in America. Like, what are you talking about?
Why don't you concentrate on the problems in Ghana? Why don't you
concentrate on that? Having a conversation? We live in the U.S. and we're having a conversation.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to you,
the U.S.
Why don't you talk about your negative
the difference is
in your country?
The black man here can create a manosphere. In Ghana, they still don't even know how to use a damn smartphone.
Manosphere is not just about black people. Even there are white people also speaking about manosphere. It's not just a black problem.
People over here have access to the internet and they can use smartphones. Your men over there can't do it. You one of the lucky few.
You know what it is? I don't have a problem if everybody just says we both got issues in our community.
Exactly. They don't want to admit that shit.
And you're not you're no better than I am, and I'm no better than you are. Okay? And we both have common enemies that we have to deal with here.
You guys want to make
abroad.
us the enemy, our issue's the issue, and make us the enemy of all the diaspora. Black immigrants like Jamaica, like
you come in with an air of superiority.
Bomani's Jamaican. Yeah, and the bottom line, guess who he rolls with when it really comes down to it? Black American or immigrant? No, he's rolling with Black America. He knows who's people.
I don't have any issues with immigrants in this country.
I
have issues with people like Zongo who throw stones and hide their hands.
They live in a glass house.
And then they tell me that they're here for peace, as if I'm a child. But you know what? All we got to do is put the pressure on.
You
know what? You will reveal yourself.
You like to thrive in chaos. That's who you are.
No.
Whatever.
Oh, Jesus came and brought chaos. What are you talking about? Jesus came.
Kala, you support him now?
Crucified him.
All right, man.
I had enough.
Am I telling the truth? When Moses,
are you guys envying now or what? Like, let me know what you guys.
I had no idea you was a Christian.
Moses came down with his 10 commandments, right? He said, "These 10 commandments." The people like, no. Let's have the calf. Let's go back to Pharaoh. He said, no, and he laid down God's law. He didn't ask them whether they like it or not. He didn't say, let's sue for peace. He said, this is God's law. You do it or you die. So I'm not here for peace. I'm saying this is the way it is. This is what we have to do or not. The bottom line, you cannot have a group of people like you guys here attacking us all the time and everything, and think you.
Man, I wasn't attacking you. I was attacking Dollar Bill. I wasn't on the show
Why were
yesterday.
you attacking me for?
He was insulting me while I was away on yesterday's show.
Well,
No, you were on the
thing, right?
you
And
didn't
you
want to
kept
go.
quiet, Tyler,
That's
man.
between,
And today,
that's between you and him, right?
and you
What I'm
kept
saying
quiet,
is this,
Tyler. Why am I attacking him?
How did I attack you?
Tyler,
Did I
shut
say
up,
anything?
Tyler.
Dongo, when you
Very
join
biased.
hold up, when you
Very
join in,
biased, Tyler.
look, Dongo, when you join into this stuff, the people that I had to ban in the chat room talking real bad genocidal shit like that, Mr. Untouchable, I got rid of him. The genocidal stuff towards Black America. Do you think it's right that people have this level of hatred towards Black America?
Man, nobody hates Black Americans, man. Like you,
No,
like
so
you overemphasize that. You know who hate for what? For what reason?
So I have no idea. It's jealousy and envy.
You hate us.
Where does it come from? Like what jealous? Jealous about what? About what?
Right? There's
about what?
nothing that you guys
what do you
have
have that I'm
want.
going to hate? I'm
How
going to
can I
hate about.
you
Like
guys have nothing.
you and Dollar Bill. Like what do you guys have that I'm going to hate about? Like
You don't have nothing compared to me. So
is
you know
there
you can't
anything
talk.
the Black immigrant have?
You don't even own anything.
We didn't
No.
run. That's what
what do you have that I'm going to hate about? Like
we didn't run, brother.
Even if you have something, I'm still not going to hate on you because I mean,
why? You do. You like to join conversations,
I
calling
have
us
very
the blacks.
self-worth about myself.
That
That
hate
what
dumbass.
Talking about us.
You sit up there with Mike Omawali.
You sit over here and speak about Africans too.
I don't speak about Africans. You know, you guys come in here and start with me.
I spoke to people who attacked me. Okay, he called me a cop. No, let me tell you what it was. This is how people got uptight. Frenchie got uptight about it, and some others.
Man, you like
it's okay. It's okay
us,
for you to call me a cotton picker and to talk about my mother.
That's
so when
Mike, though. That wasn't me.
When I call him a monkey and a shit slinger from a shit slinging country, you got tight. Don't try to play the don't try to play the dozens with an African American.
Yeah, check this out.
Because we were raised on this.
No, man, don't get me. That's
really, man. You don't want to go there, man. Like,
I do.
I do. Even take things personally, man. I just don't want to talk about that, man. Because in real life,
like it. Don't listen,
man. In real life, my friends are
heat,
African Americans.
If you can't stand the heat, don't be in the kitchen. That's an old saying. If you can't stand the heat,
maybe you guys have older people who just like too much, you
try every way you can.
The problem is this though.
Enfranchise.
This is what it is, right? Every time we say you guys saying shit about us, that reminds us how much we're trapped in America, right? Because in other words, basically, you guys represent the African continent, right? That's supposed to be our motherland, right? And Africa is the only mother that abandons its children. We're abandoned over here. You guys speak for the continent, and we're not wanted here. There, when you guys have all this shit, but you guys believe the worst in us and whatnot. You guys sit there every day. Like we play that video with the girls from Rwanda. What do you think about Black Americans? I think they're violent. I think they're on drugs, everything. So everybody hates us. So that's fine.
So we'll hate everybody.
I have no problem because right now,
we good with that.
The movement in Black America is we're just gonna start building with ourselves and everything.
Exactly.
So
when you take your little 3 point, your 3 point something million, and you feel you got all these attitudes, keep on. Do it against the 50 million.
The bottom line
that's okay with me.
You gotta focus on yourself.
That's okay with me.
I'm at the point now where
what is the problem?
Africa.
That is okay with me.
The Africans on the continent. It's not for us. I like that. Let them have it. Let them do whatever they want.
That's what you want.
They want to sell the continent to the Chinese. I'm not gonna lose no sleep over this shit no more.
Exactly.
They want to do the Russians, whatever like that. Whatever
you want to do.
And the bottom line, it's a lost cause.
We change the topic now.
Hold up. Thanks to you guys.
Can we change the topic?
Listen to this very carefully.
Revert back
to you guys. The white man won. He won.
To the existing topic.
He won.
So you can get up there in your little enclave and talk about this and talk about that, and I have no problem. So when you feel that people are going to fight for whatever they get, whether it's reparations, whether it's college admissions, whatever it is, that Black people are going to stand up as our own ethnic group in this world, then that's what we should do. We are tired of you. We're tired of you with your little tired parties, your little tired things, your little tired flags, all about your country and how you love it and all that crap. So what? We're going to stand up for ourselves in America.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's the way it has to go, man. Because, like I said, we tried, man. Lord knows we tried. You know, I did everything. I told
Do
Bomani,
you guys want peace or not? Like, you do want
No, I
peace?
don't
well,
want no
what's the
peace.
peace? We told you peace is
No,
not necessary anymore.
I don't want no
Okay.
peace with you.
So you guys don't want peace? No, not
No,
just. I mean,
Oh,
yo,
no.
Zongo. The average
You keep
African,
your
what do they
peace.
bring to the table nowadays?
hey
Nothing.
Elvis, you heard them right? They don't want peace.
I
Okay,
said, what do they
that's
bring to the table anymore? You know, we're at the point now where hold on,
Why are you bringing Elvis into
we
this? Stand
tried
on
our
your own
best.
damn feet.
Hold on, we tried our best, you know, over the years, right? We did everything we can, everything. We still go to the continent and everything like that. That's fine. But the fact of the matter is, making Africa like the priority, like we did. Now we can focus on ourselves. We're not, because before it was like, yeah, we're not gonna be. We had this idea like Randall Robinson, we're not gonna be free until it's Africa free. Now we're just like, yo, Africa's never gonna be free, so we got to move on. You know, we thought we were tethered to African success. Why we fought so hard against apartheid South Africa? No respect for that. You know, every last single
You
independence
have
movement
shown
in Africa
us
we were part of. You
that
know,
we are foreigners. Isn't that what you tell us when we go to your country? We're foreigners, and we have to act like every other foreigner does. When we talk about when we showed you a program the other day in the 70s about African Americans trying to contact their roots, their African roots, you sat up there and you said we were cosplaying you. You laughed at us. You ridiculed us. Did you not, man of peace?
yeah, that
Are you
which was called
talking?
that you talk about that the 5 on the black hand side.
5 on the black hand
Yeah,
side.
that was a
But
beautiful movie, man.
man.
That was a
Why do you
beautiful
allow
movie.
like Dollar Bill to change the whole like topic? You know, to
Yo,
this
that
topic.
is part of the topic. We're talking about feuding factions.
Really, it's part of like to this
Now
topic.
you see what you want to do is now you're trying to separate me from my brother, but you won't be separated from none of your brothers, right?
Yeah, you came to me on this channel, man. Like Dollar Bill. If you never
Come
came
on,
to
man.
this channel, I wouldn't have even met you.
Who cares?
Now, the bottom line is, Zongo, we have feuding factions in America, whether it's black males,
When
black
you came on this channel,
Here we
when you
go.
came on this platform,
Victimization.
I was the
You're a
one with
victim.
Kala on daily
You're a
basis on this
victim
channel.
now. I've been texting, and I had been texting on the show with Kala when Kala was with Dinah Samir several years ago. In fact, we used to get at it, okay, on the show, right? Because
yeah.
I didn't like the way things were being said about African Americans, and Kala can check with Dinus. He knows that I've been DMing him for years about how I feel about how African Americans are being represented on his show, and how he
Yeah, but
was
I mean,
given
if
a
you have issue
platform.
with Mike,
Excuse
when
me,
Mike comes on the channel,
excuse me.
you
This
address
is
him,
not
not
new.
me.
This
I'm
is
not
not
Mike.
new for me. You're worse than Mike.
Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think Zongo's worse than Mike. Mike's
Well, I mean, that's good. I think he's
so
worse
me and
because
Vermont
he's
talk about
slick.
Mike. Mike's a fucking clown.
It's worse than Mike
but
because
he's
Mike
slick.
is at least honest.
Mike is an honest man. He doesn't like African Americans. He says it outright. I can respect that. To me, he's like the racist white crackers. You don't want to deal with us. I don't have to deal with you. But you are different. You act like you're a friend of African Americans,
Hey
and
man,
you really don't like
you,
us.
can you change the topic, man? Maybe I don't fuck with you, Dollar Bill. That doesn't mean
Good.
everybody.
Good.
I mean, the same thing. You might not like me,
You
but it
don't.
doesn't mean you shouldn't
You
like
don't
all
mess.
Africans, man.
Oh, so now you're gonna tell me about Africans? So
But I'm
what am
saying,
I? Japanese? What am I?
man,
It's
stop playing semantics,
Hispanic.
man.
So I'm not an African anymore. So 80% of my DNA means nothing, right? So do you talk like that to white people who talk about them, who have no DNA to Africa? Do you? No, you don't. So you see, that's the whole thing. I don't need you to quantify or qualify my Africanness.
Man,
My
you just
ancestors,
you like conflict.
my
you think conflict
ancestors
is
paid the
tantamount
price.
to
My ancestors,
awfulness? Is that what you
my
think?
ancestors paid the price.
You
They
like
paid the
conflict, man.
price.
You know how people,
You
all
just
these
a
people that
You're
normally
just a chaotic person. I see
are not in
why.
the chat room
Whatever,
talking
man.
shit tonight. I wonder why. You know, 'cause
Okay.
they already make out case. Bottom line is, I'll say this, right?
And them, I don't care when he
When
got here.
when females use the word
I will
toxic,
say
man,
this. I will say this.
Whatever,
I
man.
you
just
are
think
a personification of
See,
toxic.
you see how you made little
hold
slick
on,
comments.
let me
When
say
I
this.
talk about somebody
Everybody
screwing
chill.
your wife,
Yo,
then
check this
you're
out.
gonna get
Hold on,
tight.
everybody, let me chill. Let me say this, right? I think this conversation is good. Why? Because it starts off a fresh slate and everything like that. Because I noticed that when black people, just like the guy who gets abused, I told the story how I was with an ex of mine, right? And I could never get to her because I knew deep down inside she was one super thug, but she knew she had me over a barrel. She knew that her love was all I wanted and everything like that. So when you give somebody that, it's like everything in life, right? That is a give and take. If somebody thinks you love them so much and they don't love you the same way, they control you. They are the ones in power.
They
The
manipulate you.
the one who doesn't give a fuck if you love them. And what I've discovered is the relationship with Africans and African Americans is tipped in the Africans' favor because they don't love us. You see what I'm
Zongo
saying?
married for a green card. Aunt Nam, he didn't marry because he loved her. He married for a green card. Okay, just like a lot of people marry people for green cards. It's business. You know what my people from the Caribbean tell me? You do what you got to do to get your papers. That's what it is. So we see this whole thing, man, this nonsense. People cannot be truthful and honest. They can't be honest. And I don't understand why you keep wanting us to be victims. And then when we say certain, oh, you just playing victimhood. Okay? Stop playing the insidious games with us. You know you don't like us. That's fine. You have every right.
I don't
to
like
feel
you. It
whatever.
doesn't mean I don't like everybody.
But you know what?
Why are you
Zongo?
general? You are projecting
Zongo,
your views on
Zongo.
others, man. Like,
Zago, do you have any respect for Black America?
You don't have to like me.
man, I was at a baby
Do you
shower for
think I'm
Black
gonna?
America this Saturday, last Saturday.
You sound like a racist cracker.
You
Shut
sound like
up.
a white guy. I went over a black person's cookout, man.
Get out of
Shit.
here, man.
I got out
Ass
there before they
nigga.
robbed me.
Shut
And
up.
whatnot,
You're a phony.
Man,
You're a fake and a fraud and a part-time broad.
It
That's what you
say,
are.
yeah, I had a good went to a night a wedding. You know something? By the way, they were Black Americans or not. You made a point.
Oh,
I went
right?
to a Black American wedding, like you just went to some strange place, like you went to another planet. You
Yeah,
know,
like you mean this other BS he tried to play. He went to Las Vegas and he saw a African American who he thought he don't even know who the hell he was. He saw a black person, okay, and he gave him some money. So now you had an epiphany, and now you want peace. Is that it? Is that what you're saying?
That wasn't like it wasn't like they were like street dances actually, like males actually. No, it wasn't like females. They're street dancers, and they really dance good actually. They quite like
You know what? You're a scatterbrain. That's what you are. You're a scatterbrain. Your brain is scattered all over the place, and you got nerve to talk about people. Really?
If Zongo says he wants peace, let him have peace.
Yeah, let him go and get a piece of pie
Let him have
or a
peace.
piece of cake.
Dollar Bill got those old school insults. He was scatterbrain. What's that?
That's what he is. Scatterbrain. Ignorant Negro. Come in here
Let
with
him
that
have
BS.
peace.
He want peace. No, what you want to do is you want to sneak diss. That's what you do. You a sneak disser. But you think you so smart that people can't see
just
you.
let it go, man.
Yeah,
Like,
and you know what you do?
issues, man.
First, you try to run me. Check this out. Let me tell you how this sucker is, right? First, he runs to
Just
me
let
about
it go,
Jonathan.
man.
First,
Let
he
it go.
runs to me about Jonathan. You know, Jonathan did this to me. You know, Jonathan is this way. You know, Jonathan. And then later on, he was talking about Jonathan. And then he went on to the other brother, okay? And he started talking about him. And now it's me.
Zongo, you know Jonathan got your information, right?
Who's the other brother are you referring to?
Elvis.
Oh, that's
Elvis.
the brother.
Then you got a problem with Elvis. Now you got a problem with me. Who don't you have a problem with?
Harper dumbass.
Can we
Michael
can we continue like the topic? I mean, if you want to have like that talk, I mean, if you want to resort to just personal attacks, man, like
I know
it's nothing like just it's just a futile like show. Actually, if you ask me,
Nobody asked.
You claim to bunch of like smart people, and look at the kind of conversation.
The show went on without you yesterday, and it was a great show. So you didn't. It's not like the world stopped because your knucklehead wasn't here. The world goes on without you. You think you're a special. First of all, see what I'm talking about? See how you get angry and then you start to talk shit? You see what happens? Shut your fat ass up. Your daddy's fat, and so is your fat ass mammy.
I'm not. You want to see me in person?
Your
you want to cam up right now?
I would not cam up. I'm not going to cam up.
Cam up, Zongo. Cam up.
People like, I see you with your receding hairline ass. I seen you Nestle swipes. Nigga, you act
up,
like
Zongo.
you're the baddest. You little sawed off one. I seen your ass.
Man,
stop trying to do it. You don't have the
an old 60-something years old guy.
I'm not 60-something. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Man, it shows who's the master right now.
You don't have the wit to deal with me. You're not enough.
I have the ability, the capacity.
You don't have the capacity or the tenacity. You don't have the tenacity, okay, or the sagacity. You don't even have the damn vocabulary to escape the person.
Are you with a younger dude?
Right.
Like,
you can't.
All right, y'all, change the subject.
I'm old enough to be your
change
father.
the subject before y'all be yelling for like a damn near 30 minutes.
I ain't gonna yell at this punk. He can't hang with me.
I don't want to hear y'all talk about
it. Donovan, man, he's just crazy old man, fat ass old man.
I know.
That's
there you go. See, you don't want people to talk to me. Then you're gonna start crying. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about my personal.
Well, I'm here in person today. I'm here in person.
So
I'm here to challenge you.
Anyway, Dollar Bill, because of some weirdos on the internet, right? Some weird Africans, people on the internet. You would drop the whole the continent of Africa because of some weird Africans on the internet.
It's not because of weird people on the internet. I just realized, man, that I spent a lot of my life believing in things that just don't really mean nothing. And I believe that, and it's nothing against anyone. It's not to say that Africa is bad. I just divest myself of it. I just deal with it for strictly business. If I want to do something in terms of business, I'm not going to say anymore, it's my motherland or any of that stuff. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we're doing a tour to Liberia in 2026. So
yeah, I don't have a problem visiting Africa or any of those type of things. That's not a problem. But see, I'm not going to be Africanized or hypnotized by BS because I know what reality is, right? I see how you move, right? And so I see how you move. I'm not angry with you.
When you discover the ugly truth, right, is that and not just Africans, they hate us, probably love us or whatnot, but reality is Africans are trying to think about their next meal. The Pan-African stuff was a middle class Black African American ideology, right? That didn't take it because it doesn't put immediate food on the plate.
Man, I kind of see why you guys created Afrodamas.
We created that.
We didn't create Afrodamas.
Kind of like talk that you guys have,
No, I'm saying like Afrodamas came with this how that what he came with. He came in the thing of Art Cathy, and he had this whole thing.
And as far as you guys continue on this tangent, I mean, I'm going to
say what he says. Like this. Check this out. This is what I'm talking about, Elvis. Zongo. Afrodamas came at the Pan-Africans, the people who try to preach unity in Africa. That's who he came after, right? And his whole thing was these Afrodamas, like Nostradamus, he foresees the future, right?
Because you're
his
one piece.
His whole thing was, I'm gonna create I'm gonna paint this image of Black people from the diaspora. He had the Bag family and everything are coming to take over Africa. These blacks, these slave descendants, right, are coming back for revenge to Africa, and they're coming like this. So I'm saying like that we got caught blindsided. I'm like, that's what y'all think of us? We're not coming home. You really think we're trying to take y'all over? When it didn't help when we had people like Art Cathy there, And so that was going on back then. It was an attack on the Pan-African. We tried to explain ourselves. No, that's not what we're here for. But they, like Afrodamas, just basically had us such living in fear, right? Because every day we're saying, I got called colonizer. How did I get called colonizer, right? Tell me, is that a fair assessment of college genesis, a colonizer?
That's your rhetoric, man. Because a lot of Black people
hold on.
don't even talk like you.
Zongo, Zongo, given my position right now, do you still believe I'm a colonizer?
Man, it's just a joke on the
No,
chat.
you don't
Why would
joke
take it
like that.
serious?
You guys, everything, that's a problem. You guys take everything for a joke. Do you know how serious this is? I was a serious person trying
Your
to build
mentality,
a
does sound like
your
someone.
hee and your ha and your stupid stuff like this. And
But they say we roast.
You know something?
Yeah,
We're so far removed from you people that these people don't even take this fucking shit seriously. So I said that's it. You know, these guys were hee and ha.
Whoa,
What kind of playing around?
Your mentality, a lot
like that. You know, you
mentality
don't
a lot of times does not correlate with indigenous Africans. You know, you do sound like white people sometimes the way you talk.
So what? Are we white?
You do sound.
You see what I'm saying?
Carla, what are you trying to say is that I talked to my brother-in-law about this earlier. You know, they say that we sound like white people because
so what? We are.
we have a point of view that's almost similar to white people because we see how white people get down,
we live
and they don't comprehend it.
Hold up. Let me say something, right? I'm gonna end this conversation, right? Like this. If you live in a place for 400 years, we saw this is the most powerful country in the world, right? We see how shit is fucking done, right? There's no question about it, right? The most successful country in the world, the most developed country in the world, the richest country in the world, whatnot. You know, I'll come from New York, the Empire State. That's the capital of the fucking world. You know, so like that. We've seen things done right. We've seen this country build cities from nothing, from the desert in Las Vegas. You know, we've seen the people build their cities in Atlantic just out of a vision. Built the whole city on the coast of Atlantic City, New Jersey, and whatnot. We've seen bridges go up, the George Washington Bridge. We see tunnels being dug, everything like that. So don't tell me about we sound like white. We just got a mind. We got a different mindset.
You, I didn't say y'all, all of you guys. You know, you in particular. That's what I say.
So I don't have a.
I'm not generalizing everybody.
If you saying that sound American,
because a lot of times. Wait, let me give you the reason why I said that. Let me tell you the reason why I said that.
I'm not ready from anymore. If people say you sound American, I take ownership of that. I sound American. I am American. So what? So the fuck.
No, I'm just speaking in terms of like.
If you don't if you don't like that, why don't you guys? If you guys have a problem, what I don't understand is if you got a problem with America so much, why the fuck are you here?
Nobody have issues with you being American though. Who says that?
Why would you make a comment like that? You guys sound so American. What the fuck?
I say you in particular. Don't say you guys, man. Why are you trying to like?
Okay, I sound American, right? So what's the big deal?
That's nothing to do with being American. It's about like your commentary about nation building and
so in other words,
structure. Your approach to things. Wait. Let me finish.
All right, Carla, give Zongo a break. Let's move on. Give him a break. Let's move on.
Zongo's burying himself, you know.
Your approach to things.
No, Carla, I think it'll be a good idea if you did a show on African history because I learned today, right? No matter where I've been to in Nigeria, they was not taught pre-independence history.
They don't know anything.
So they don't know anything that went on before they got independence.
Literally, look at my
and that's bad because they're only going to find out about slavery if they just randomly decide to look it up or they hear about it. But they don't know that they were slaves too in their own countries. Like badly enslaved. Yeah, you were. Yeah, brother, I got proof. I will break you down. Don't even try it. They were enslaved in their own country. So when they be like, we were slaves, y'all were slaves. You just didn't know it because they don't teach you that. You got to have a show about that, Carla, so they can be educated, so they can know where the hell they actually came from.
The bottom line, this is the only channel that be breaking out the truth and whatnot. You know. And truth, like I said, my sister Mary Shy. I'm sorry if Slavis talking about this is how things go. You want real peace, you want real stuff like that.
You gotta stick to Liberian history because that's where your expertise like kind of lies. Outside of that, like your knowledge is just very limited. You just.
What are you talking about? I studied the whole entire continent. I studied Liberia. I studied South Africa. I studied Japan. I'm a historian, bro.
Anybody who have some kind of like expertise, sometimes you just.
Like what? Like, give me an example.
I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail.
So in other words, anytime an African American man defends himself when there's something wrong with us, right? So the whole idea of black men, so there's something absolutely wrong with it. Look, I have no problem saying my ancestors were ripped from the continent of Africa, put in the bottom of slave ships by treacherous Africans on the continent, and European white people, and everything like that. We basically were enslaved. We made this man rich and whatnot. After he done with us in slavery and whatnot, he basically gave us nothing, turned us loose, and they basically never gave us anything. And with that, man, we managed to freaking pull ourselves together and whatnot and become the most powerful group of black
And
people.
what is interesting is that sometimes when you speak out of
Kyla, I think that's amazing. And I also think it's amazing that Zongo didn't know that the Asante Empire enslaved his people.
The bottom line is, I'm like this. Despite all the stuff like that, the people, I'm sick and tired of people coming over here thinking they got to teach us something. When if Africa was all what it says it is, when the slave trade,
they can teach you guys, man. Like, stop it, man.
What exactly going to teach us?
I mean, they teach you guys in schools, at workplace, all the time.
Oh, the bottom line is, we had a decent education.
When I was in St. Louis, I met an African American.
Let me tell you something.
African
Dollar Bill. You remember when the story behind Sesame Street, right?
Right.
That was created specifically for black inner city kids. You know, I didn't even know that because I grew up with Sesame Street, Electric Company, Zoom. Remember that?
Not only do I remember it, the little Spanish girl that was on there was from my project.
Yeah, and you know what I was on one time? Romper Room when I was a kid. Wow. I was on Romper Room when I was a kid, you know. So the bottom line is this: we took the African Americans, particularly in New York City, we had the best educational system in the world. The New York City region system is the best education. I'm a product of the best educational system in the world, you know. And so the bottom line is this: we know about everything. We learn about human history. We learn everything: math, science, whatever. Just a basic education in New York is like having 4 college degrees overseas. You know, and that's the truth. So when you guys come over here with your little degrees that's unaccredited, whatever you got them for, when they're trying to teach us and whatnot, you guys sound crazy. You know, sorry to freaking hurt people's feelings, man, but shit.
Man, you're not hurting nobody's feeling, Carla. I mean, speak your mind. How are you hurting nobody's feelings?
You guys go too far. You guys really believe that you're coming over here to save us and whatnot, and you're gonna rescue us from whatever. You know, I'm gonna let you.
But some people do come like to help.
He's gonna come from a little village of nowhere.
You're gonna come from a.
Y'all really can't help those, Zongo, because y'all knowledge is so minor.
See, they are because
Zongo, the average 8th grade in America got more information than a person with a college degree from your country.
If you're gonna save us, where's the great African scholars here in America?
They ain't got none. Like they ain't got no literature. They ain't got no. They ain't got none.
If you go to, you said that they're coming here to help us.
Zongo said they ain't even got books.
I can say that people from the Caribbean have come here and taught, and professors and intellectuals. Okay, have come and
contributed.
This guy said this Professor Afrodamus. You know, oh yes,
Afro dumbass.
Afro dumbass.
But the problem, see, the knowledge.
Afro dumbass don't know that his tribe was a slave to another tribe.
Knowledge is not only centered on history.
We gonna start cooking y'all.
I mean, guys, if you go to the inner cities, a lot of the times.
Let's go to the inner Ghana.
Most of the inner cities, man. They're the best education.
Let's go to the inner Ghana.
Most of the
let me finish.
Where they don't even have. They can't speak their own language.
Hey, what about your country? They don't have books.
Let me finish. Come on, man. Let me finish, man.
No, nobody want to
go to the inner cities, right? Some of the clinics.
We're gonna start playing videos.
It's owned by African migrants, you know. By African migrants.
We're gonna start playing.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Zongo, why can't y'all build clinics in your own country?
We're gonna expose
because
you.
America invited them to come and do that to establish
clinics. No. Your loyalty should be to your home country. Where's your loyalty? Don't you love your own country?
Man, that's upon them.
Stop talking about the ghettos.
Man, the thing that gets me about you, right? Y'all talk about your culture and how much you love your culture and your country and all of this good shit. But at the end of the day, you don't want to return to that place. You rarely go back after you get to the United States of America. When the last time you been back to Ghana?
I'm a globalist, man. I'm a globalist.
Zongo, when's the last time you been back to Ghana?
Yeah, global citizen.
Yeah, okay. No, he's a track star.
wait. Zongo, when is the last time you went back to Ghana?
I'm not telling you that. That's my personal information. I'm not telling you that.
That ain't personal information. When is the last time you went back to Ghana?
You
I'm
can
not
say
telling
2
you
years,
that.
5 years. You ain't been
I'm
back
not.
home.
He ain't been back since. He's intelligent. He knows why his ass ain't went back. He knows what he was running from.
I remember I saw somebody that was deported after
Man,
a
Kala,
lot of
man,
years
Kala,
from
man,
Germany.
you're gonna maintain
The
like,
only way
come on,
Zongo going back to Ghana is if he gets
you want to
deported.
switch the topic,
And
man,
even
to
then, he gonna try to fight that and try to get
allow
asylum
the
in the next
females,
country he can
allow
go
the
to.
females
I
to
can
give
see
their
him now.
insight
I'm a citizen.
on this topic.
No, he gonna pull that. I'm a homosexual. I can't go back to Ghana. They gonna kill me. He gonna do everything he can not to go back to Ghana.
Now,
That's a
Zongo,
shame.
man, like I said, the whole thing is this, man. You have to admit, man, going forward, right? Like I said, I don't know what you guys do when you guys go on these other African American platforms, right? Because I have no idea. Like you know what a lot of these guys do? They still on this. Even my good brother Big Black, they still hold on this thing that there's going to be this big unity between Black America and Africa. And when I've been across that rainbow, I've seen the other side. It's not going to happen, you know. And the bottom line is Africans dangle that shit, the Pan African shit out there and everything like that. And basically they don't mean it when that. So once I figured that out, the ugly truth is that Africans don't give a fuck about Pan Africa. They don't give a shit about themselves. They don't give a shit about the continent. They don't give a shit about nothing, right? But the bottom line, once I understood, did not understand reality. Reality is we're gonna friggin' basically waste the next 30 years, whatever like that, doing absolutely nothing. It's time to start focusing on ourselves, you know. Now, if you want to go to Africa and do tours and stuff like that, go there, have fun, it's fine. But
Or
we
business.
got
Just like any other foreigner, like they tell us we are.
Ourselves or our business and our unity a whole. We've been neglecting ourselves, right? In the idea of unifying with Africa. We've been fighting with each other and whatnot. You got Black American people fighting with each other and whatnot, trying to protect Africa and Pan-Africanism and whatnot. You know, you're going to hate it. Like me, I don't like Tariq, man, but I'm not going to make Tariq my enemy no more. You know, I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore.
The Africans are uniting you guys. That's a good thing.
No, I'm just saying like this. I'm like this. I don't look. I will hope everybody have peace and everything like that. But I look at it right here. If I got to choose between like Mouthy Megan and like that, I got to go with my own people, man. That's sorry, man, but it is what it is. You know, I got to make a choice. I don't like them and everything like that. I don't like that ADOS FBA shit, right? But the bottom line, Africans left me no fucking choice because I tried to be like, hey, look, let's build something and whatnot. And whatnot, they didn't want that. So, hey, I'm stuck here in America. And America, I mean, I got to get along with these ADOS FBA people.
All right, man, Carter, man. Just you stay on the internet and have beef with the African. I still love your women, so I don't give a damn, man. I'm still dating your women all the time.
Oh, well, that's good for you.
Zongo, I'm starting to think you might be dating something else.
You know he's dating a white girl.
Because you bring this up all the time.
Snow bunny, man.
No. He always talk about, I'm still dating women. I'm still getting women. I'm
He
still
acts
getting
like that
women.
hurts us
If you
or
were doing that, you wouldn't have to talk about it all the time.
Zongo,
you ain't got no kids. You ain't married.
Zongo,
all of this dating that you got going on.
Zongo, you getting hot chicks or what? Or you getting big girls?
You getting no big girl. You no big girl.
You might be getting something else now.
Are you getting hot chicks? Are the chicks hot?
He's getting sex workers.
Hey,
That's
man.
why he was in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping you keeping this. I hope you keeping it Islamic and not like Pakistan.
The time is over, man. I mean, if you guys were that cool, man, I would have revealed much information. But now I'm not doing that shit again.
No, don't reveal your information. We ain't trying to find out nothing about your punk ass life.
Bottom line is, I tell people don't put your personal information on me because people. I know I will never do that, right? Because I know you don't shit where somebody eat, you know, and you don't shit where I eat, you know. The bottom line is people sending messages to my website because they don't like what I said on this channel and whatnot. You know, that's the lowest thing you can do is go after somebody's business or livelihood and whatnot. Because you don't.
Carla, I hope you learn your lesson. I hope you learn your lesson now, Carla.
Well, how will I learn my lesson? Like what? I'm gonna continue saying what I say.
And that's why that sucker wants me to cam up. You know, that's why he wants to use something against me. You're not going to be able to use Jack.
You can't use nothing against you.
Man, I mean, you, man.
It's just Zongo now.
Now he's talking
Man,
about
like,
special.
man, Dollar Bill really like, man, really? Are you serious, Dollar Bill?
Yeah,
You
I don't
think I
trust
have
you, man.
time for you? Like time for you
I
beyond
don't trust you,
YouTube?
man. I don't
Bro,
trust you.
you always on YouTube, you on Afrodemics platform, you on
I
Dinah's
don't trust you,
platform, you on
bro.
Carla's
Man,
platform. You got all the time in the
I
world.
don't trust you.
man, it's just entertainment. I'm not you, like Jonathan.
I
Man,
don't
shut up.
trust
You
you, man.
entertain too much, bro. That's too many platforms to entertain, bro.
I'm not like you, man. Stop it,
For
man.
somebody with a future, bro, you sure don't. You seem like you got a lot of time on your hands, buddy.
To do nothing.
Well, all I will say is like when Zonzo
Have
said,
time to you, man. I don't have time for you,
we're
man.
just playing and whatnot. Look, you keep calling somebody a colonizer and all this kind of stupid shit like that, right? After a while, I say, you know something? Maybe I'm a colonizer. I don't want to fuck with y'all no more. Fuck you.
So
You know?
I bet you guys, I bet you guys,
Word up.
if I sign on from this stream, the conversation is gonna change.
No,
Well,
Yeah, it'll
no,
get
I'm not
better.
gonna change.
same thing. You know, my whole thing is this. Look, like I said, I never bring up Africans until they basically start running their mouth in the chat room and stuff like that. The topics tonight about youth factor. We're not just black people versus diaspora or black male and black female. We got a lot of issues in Black America between Black African American men. You know, for example, let's talk about this topic right here.
Man,
There's people going around now, right, browbeating black people to support Diddy. Let me say this, right?
I
Really?
know Dollar Bill says it's too late for you, man.
Look,
You
I
already
don't give a
capped out.
Free Diddy.
Diddy. You know. Now I don't know how you guys all feel about this, right? But I don't care. I never liked him. You know, I never liked Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was like a cancer to the culture from day one. There's materialism and all this kind of shit like that he pushed and everything. So now he's in trouble, right? Now everybody's like, oh, what about Hugh Hefner? When I say, well, I don't think it's the same thing. Colin, man, you're defending the white man. No, I'm just telling you, it's not the same thing.
It
I
is
don't
the
know
same
if you
thing,
have to
though.
lock
It
somebody
It's
is.
exactly the same thing.
And in
How is it
fact,
the same thing? How
where
is it
he
the same
lives,
thing?
where he lives, he used to be the old Hugh Hefner mansion. It is the same thing. He was doing the same type of thing. White
So,
people do.
torture and stuff
Now,
like
listen,
that.
I'm not making any excuses for any of people's doing bad behavior. But the Epsteins and all of these people,
Oh yeah. I know about Epstein.
they've been doing this stuff for years. The Elvis Presleys and all of these directors marrying little girls and doing all of this stuff.
But does that mean we got to come out in
No,
full force?
we shouldn't.
And
No, I'm
bomb
not
rush?
supporting. No, I'm not supporting any of them. But I'm not gonna say that this is something they want to just demonize him like
I
he's the
have no
only
problem
one.
with that. But my problem with that is this: I don't when I'm talking about this situation, I know for a fact of the matter is I don't know about Hugh Hefner. That's the white community like that. But I do know Diddy, basically him and who else? 50 and people like that have destroyed so many black people, you know,
Oh
on
yeah,
their way up.
I'm not going to stand up for him, but I'm not going to say that he didn't learn that behavior because all behavior is learned.
We grab, but hold on. Whose ultimate responsibility? You can learn
Yeah,
all the
it's his
behavior, but
responsibility.
him,
But you know what? It should be a cautionary tale. This should be a learning moment for all of the people who embrace materialism.
Now, let me ask you a question, Dollar Bill. Your personal opinion.
Yeah.
If I say walking down the street and somebody say we got this protest for Diddy, and I say, you know, get the fuck out of here, I don't want to join. And somebody say you a sellout. Blah, blah,
No,
blah, blah.
I'm not camping for Diddy. Diddy wasn't camping. Listen,
He
Diddy didn't give a F about black people. He could have done a whole lot more for our communities, but he got caught in, sucked in to this behavior, okay, and he perpetuated it. So I'm not camping in for Diddy. He got to hold his own nuts. And as simple as that.
Yeah.
These people are detrimental to the community and to the culture. Okay, we need to call them out. But everybody said that we were dumb because we were leading a regular life, right? Everybody said
they
there's
made
something
fun
wrong
of you,
with
right?
us.
You know, I remember Diddy did that when like even Biggie songs. What do you with your Honda Excel? I had a Honda Excel at the time, you know. I felt some sort of way off that shit, you know.
He had a rap about, and people were camping for it. Why are people angry with him? Because he's trying to make money to take care of his daughter. Okay, so he got to sling drugs. So you think it was okay, to put other people's lives in jeopardy because you didn't want to get a regular job?
Don't worry, Colin. This is karma for Diddy's making fun of your Honda SL, bro.
No, I'm
this
not
is his
saying
karma.
that. I'm saying that. I'm saying they brought materialism, right? Because at that time period, Elvis, if you understand something, that was a very difficult time for me, as a young man, right? I was so tempted to go down that road,
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is the karma for him for making
Hey,
fun of you,
Carla.
bro.
So no, the karma. I'm just saying the bottom line is okay. Whatever happens will happen. I moved on.
Hey, Carla.
I moved on. But I'm
Hey,
saying so now coming back years later, right? Don't anybody tell me like how much he did for the fucking community. I don't want to
Hey,
hear
Carla.
that. Yeah.
Hey, check
Did he
this
do
out.
anything for the community though?
I have
Hey,
no idea.
hey, hold up.
No.
I want to ask Carla
Of
something.
course he did.
No. What did he do? What did he do?
He
Hey,
donated millions of dollars
Right, that's
to
a
black
tax write-off.
causes.
Hold on, that's a tax write-off. When they donate millions, shelter one that, that's just nothing but people
But
hide.
what
It
he
didn't have to
do?
go. It didn't have to go to black causes. It could have been a
Bottom line,
tax
it was like
right off
also
to Peter.
like even Revolt TV, that ain't really a
He
black.
was a sexual predator that preyed on men and women. And
And nigga preyed on
he was
TD Jakes, man.
Don't
Come
say he
on.
preyed on man and woman.
Hey,
Those
Carla, hold
were
on. Let me ask you
adults.
something.
Listen,
Yeah, the
he was
bottom
a
line is it
bull.
was a predator.
Don't say adults getting preyed on out here like they
Allegedly,
ain't out here and got no choice.
allegedly, he's a bull queer. Okay, that was taken and trying to make. He did a lot of things allegedly to people's lives. And so what? I'm not. Listen, I'm not camping for
Hey,
him
Carla.
at all.
Hey, check this out. I want to ask you about that with Diddy. Now we take the emotion out of it. There were no children involved in this. These were
Zero.
grown ass. Come on, man. Y'all been talking all goddamn day. Just give me a minute, all right? There were no children involved. These were all grown ass, willing people participating in this, and this is something that rich people do. They have those parties and freak offs and every goddamn thing else. So
Yeah, so when he beat Cassidy and whatnot and dragged her.
okay, but he's not
That's a
but
willing.
he's
That's
not
not
being
what he's charged
charged with that
for.
though. He's not being charged with that though. That's what I'm saying. You
Because the statute of limitations ran out.
But he's not being charged with that though. What I'm saying is this sets a bad
Carla, her name is Cassidy, not Cassidy, nigga.
I said Cassidy.
All right. What I'm saying is that he's not being charged with that, and niggas beat bitches' asses there every day.
And that makes it all right.
No, I didn't say that, but he's not being charged for that for those 30 years or to life. He's being charged basically for being freaky, and all these people were grown adults at the end of the fucking day. And we know how these celebrities, that's what they do.
Why are
These
we
like
even wasting
groupies.
our time talking about Diddy? Diddy didn't give a fuck about none of us.
I know, but I'm talking about far as the law wise, man. I look at the big picture because if they'll come after him, they'll come after others.
No, I'm not with
No,
that.
it's even a different. It's a different point of view than that.
Hold on one second, man.
I don't want that bullshit.
What I'm saying is this though. I try not to make it personal because if they'll violate somebody else, they'll use him as a way to violate the violate other people with the rules and the laws. You see what I'm saying? Just like if somebody's a child molester, right? Killer. I want that person to have the same rights as anybody else because if they'll violate his rights, they'll violate
I don't
mine
believe
later.
in that. If
You
you're
know
a
what I'm
child
saying?
molester and stuff like that, they need to cut your nuts off.
But you still have rights to the due process
they don't
of
have
law.
no rights.
You understand what I'm
Not
getting
me.
at?
If you get caught doing something like that,
Come on, man. You know what I'm
violating a
getting
child,
at, man. You know what I'm getting.
No,
You're
I
not living
don't.
in Saudi Arabia.
I can't get with it.
Okay, hold up. What I'm saying is this. Do you understand that you still have the rights to a lawyer, the right to remain silent? Yes or no?
Don't kill for child molester, Ben.
I'm not
Okay,
capable
you're
for
missing
child
the
molesters.
fucking point. Do you still not have the right to a lawyer? To a
Nah, you ain't
proper
got no
defense?
rights, man. We're gonna castrate your ass if you're a child molester, man.
You listen to the fucking point, you dumbass African. That's why you don't have shit over there now. What I'm saying
Calm
is
down,
that
Ben.
everybody, regardless of the situation, you have rights to do.
Nah. Child molester get the death penalty, dog.
Listen, you dumb bitch. What I'm saying is that regardless of what goes on, you still have due process.
No due process for child molester, bro.
They do get it.
Listen, Ben.
I could be a killer then. You understand? Get the fuck
Everyone
out
with
of here.
that very mindset that you have right now, whether
No,
they
listen
were
to me.
in
Hold up. Let me
anywhere in
finish.
Africa at
I
one
said, let me
point,
fit. Fuck
they know
Africa.
they were
Fuck your bullshit,
they
Africa.
were
You
in
fucking savage.
a country.
I
They
said,
were in
listen,
a
man.
country
I
where they
said,
married
listen.
children.
I said,
They were in
listen.
a country where they married children and nobody castrated nobody.
All right, yeah. What I'm saying is this, though. If somebody accuses you of something, you have a right to you are proven guilty.
Okay.
You understand? That's what the fuck I'm getting at.
All right.
Any bitch can say that nigga raped me, so he's gonna kill you. You don't have a right to a jury to prove your innocence.
No
You
justice for
understand?
child molesters, man.
If somebody can choose, you would be in the child molester, you
God.
dumb motherfucker.
Oh my God. This
God
just gonna
damn.
go north and south and east and west. We get your point.
All right then.
Can we
So
move
what
on?
I'm saying is, I don't get into this emotional bullshit. If
I'm not
somebody's
caping for
accused of
Diddy.
something,
He has a lawyer to represent him, and that's his problem. And I'm
okay.
not gonna spend 5 minutes discussing this
But
bullshit.
y'all are
And I don't
what
care
I'm
if
saying is
and I
that
don't care if they were grown adults. They're people. I don't give a shit if it was a grown man who raped another grown man, or a grown man who had ambition that wanted to be something and was drugged.
that's where you're going. Nobody was
I'm not doing that shit.
How did somebody coerce another grown man to fuck them?
They
That's
said Diddy was really
bullshit.
like that, bro.
People do that all the time.
Okay,
People
then. So you
coerce
must lock
people to get
everybody
fucked.
up then. What the fuck? You a grown?
Well,
How
then
does
lock them
another
up
grown
then.
man
Lock
coerce?
the motherfuckers up.
How
Lock
does
them up.
How does another grown man coerce another grown
People
man to
coerce
go up in
people all
their
the
ass?
time. People coerce and do all
So
kind of
when
shit.
aren't people adults then to make a decision then?
I'm not standing up for that fucking fuck shit.
Ain't nobody
I'm not
say,
gonna
come on,
stand
man.
up. Let his
You just
white
jealous,
attorneys
man. That's all
let
this
his
is
white
about.
attorneys deal with that shit. I'm not caping. That's the bullshit that
Ain't
African
nobody
Americans do.
caping, dude.
I'm
What I'm
not
saying is
caping
for
for
the
these
long
fucking
term.
degenerate. I'm not caping for these
All
fucking
of them is degenerate, man. And
bastards.
half of
I don't
Hollywood is
care.
degenerate.
That's
I'm with
good.
you. I'm with you, Dollar Bill. No love for child molesters, man.
I'm not gonna come in here
He's
and
not a
tell
child
people
molester, you stupid motherfucker.
I'm not caping for degenerate motherfuckers.
But
That's the
dollar
problem with
bill,
us
hold up. What
and
I'm
our
saying is this
community.
though.
We're
Ain't nobody.
always
I'm talking
caping for
about the
these
due process of
motherfuckers.
law though. What I'm
Fuck
saying
them
is
law. Let them
you
deal with that, not
emotional
me.
because a motherfucker can say the same thing about you.
Yeah, well, let me deal with that then. Okay? I'm not listen. I heard shit people talking
Yeah, we're
earlier.
not putting ourselves in any situations to be
Let me
accused,
just
bro.
say it. Let me just say this.
You's a dumb nigga, whoever the fuck said that.
First of all, I heard people talking earlier before I got on. No male should be mentoring no females. That's period.
Hold on, who is you? That's a grown woman. She can be meant to who she want to.
I said
she ain't a fucking child.
I'm not talking about that. I said I heard earlier in the program people talking about being accused. You stand not to be accused when you don't put yourself in positions that you can get accused of.
Well, you do it every day.
That's what I'm saying, Dollar Bill. Exactly
I keep
that.
myself above board.
Yeah, we're
I'm
never
not
going to be
mentoring
compromised,
no
man.
little girls. You understand? I'm not
There wasn't no
mentoring
little girls. He's a grown ass hoe.
I'm not talking about B. Diddy. I'm talking about when I talk to people about mentoring in the community. I was talking about people that make sure that there's lights
This is therapy, bro. You got anger issues, dog.
I'm not trying to see. We can't use that as an excuse. The problem with us is we don't want to help each other if it's something good. We want to help each other to some bullshit.
Yeah, I always noticed that, right? When we go rally around some evil shit all the time, day and night.
Ain't nobody about rallying. I'm just saying with the due process of law.
Let him deal with that with his white attorneys.
I'm not talking about him. You making it personal. I'm talking about
personal.
This shit can
I'm
be.
not caping for
they
that
can
motherfucker.
use this as
no due
precedent.
process for child molesters, man.
Ain't nobody say fuck your mother, bitch.
Oh boy, it's some crazy shit. Oh my
What
God.
I'm saying is that this sets a precedent, just like with the Mann Act. They'll do it to him, and they'll do it to everybody else.
Not surprising. Chantel agrees with Ben.
It sets a precedent.
Y'all can't pretend like he ain't. Y'all can't pretend like he don't have a
I'm gonna be
point.
respectful. I'm gonna be a
Yeah,
respectful.
but hold
Y'all
up,
can't hate
hold
Diddy
up.
that much.
Hold up.
And
Let
I will
me
refrain
say
from
this,
saying
right?
what I feel
People are
about
mad. Let
certain
me
stuff.
say this. Let me ask a question like this.
No matter how crazy
Ben,
he sounds.
Ben, let me ask you a question. People are upset that Diddy is being held without bond. Do you think that's right or wrong?
That's wrong.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, now we went from he deserves a fair trial, which I agree. He deserves a trial, a fair trial, everything like that. But the bottom line, we also think that he's a danger to the community. You know what I'm saying?
These are grown people. These are groupie bitches. You know this, Kyla. These are groupies.
So that makes them less than human beings?
He can go out there and intimidate people, bribe people, whatever like that. So why should he be out free?
Hey,
So that
prove
makes
it
them
though.
less
He's
than human
innocent
beings?
too innocent, right?
Yeah, no. Look, basically, let me say that's
he didn't kill nobody. Who did he kill?
Right? Yo, check this out.
They
In
said
theory,
he helped
said
kill
he was
Tupac.
guilty, but you would not know.
No level of protection for sexual predators, man.
You know,
Listen.
that's why he got him locked
They
up.
they accused him of a lot of things,
So
but he hasn't been accused of rape. He hasn't been accused of rape. Yeah,
murder.
you can look at the charges. He hasn't been accused of rape, and he hasn't been accused of
Whatever
murder.
it is,
I took
he
time
got
to
to
read
hold
the
his own
charges off.
nuts.
Damn, man.
I'm
I
not
wasn't
fucking
into it like
caping
that.
for him.
Just
He's
like
got to
not about
hold his
caping.
own
You
nuts.
making it
Y'all look
about
at
him.
everything else. Might as well look at that too.
You keep making it about him. It could be any of us.
I'm not caping for him.
Ain't nobody talking about him. It could be anybody.
Nah, it's not going to be any of us, man. We're too smart to be compromised like that, dog.
I look at the big picture. Just like they did Bill Cosby. They brought some old bullshit up and they'll set a precedence, and then they'll start coming at everybody they want to. They have a mark on their back. Anybody they want to get rid of. This is what the goddamn Nazis did with these kangaroo courts and shit. That's why we have a judicial system to prevent shit like this.
I don't even think he's worth us discussing this.
It's not come on, man. I'm looking at the bigger picture. It ain't about Puff.
That's the bigger picture, because I you know what? I think other people in the world would be saying to themselves, and I would, why are these motherfuckers fucking talking about these degenerate motherfucker? I don't think anybody with any sense.
Dollar Bill.
Yeah, that's true. Right? And we got to stop. Listen, we have too much worship.
Is that illegal though? Is that illegal though?
No, it's stupid.
But it's not illegal.
Yeah, but it's stupid and it doesn't do us any good.
So you used to be locked up and bond because you
know
think
what?
It's stupid?
You know why? Let me just say this. There's not millions. Let's say there's thousands of people, right, that are on death row right now. Thousands of people that have been wrongly accused who are sitting in jail right now. Why are we trying to cape for them? Helping their case.
We're talking about this particular case.
No, but I'm just saying, we're giving all this shit to Diddy because he's a celebrity. If we were really crusaders for truth,
ain't nobody saying that we just having a discussion. Ain't nobody saying nobody being a crusader.
If we were talking about truth and justice, okay, there's all kind of projects that we can talk about that are people.
You guys brought it up.
There was a person who was just killed recently. Okay, executed recently.
But we weren't talking about, you guys brought it up.
But what I'm saying to you is, instead of us dealing with other people who have legitimate gripes, who have gone to jail, Geronimo Pratt, I don't know if y'all know who Geronimo Pratt is.
That was years ago.
Yeah,
that was years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago.
I will say this now. If Dollar Bill, if you're going to make that statement, name some of the people, not the person that recently got unalived in Missouri, but name some of the people that you currently know about outside of that one person.
No,
that's
I don't.
going through that very thing that you
said, I hear about it when they're exonerated all the time, and no, I don't know enough about it. That's why I'm not going to get up here and cape for this motherfucker.
Nobody's caping for him. What I said, it could be anybody. What I'm saying is that when you set a precedence, that can be used against anybody, just like the Mann Act. It's very important that everybody has due process of law. Otherwise, we might as well go live in Saudi Arabia, where somebody
it can only be used against you if you like to put yourself in compromising positions,
I don't give a
man.
fuck if you were to go out there and shoot up something. I want you to have due process of law.
That's fine, but I'm not going to waste my time
Nobody,
talking
come
about
on, man.
Diddy.
Nobody waits. Why you keep saying that? Don't talk about it then. You guys brought it up. I'm talking. I'm talking
Who
about
brought
it.
up P
I hear you,
Diddy?
bro.
Yeah, man. No love for P
It
Diddy,
ain't
man. No
about
love for sexual
y'all
predators,
niggas is
man.
simple minded, man.
I know. I'm just not. I think black
That's
people
why we
waste too
bring
much
these
Hey,
topics
time
up, man.
Jonathan, you get my drift,
That's
right?
why we
with
bring these
celebrity
topics
shit.
up.
I got love for P Diddy.
I know it triggers
I got no
people
love.
until he
when we
get
talk
charged with
about
raped
this
and
stuff.
convicted, and there's a video of him
And it's
doing some
not.
crazy shit.
It's not just what he's
I'm
getting
not with the. I'm
convicted
not
of.
going to crucify him.
Listen. It's not just what he's being convicted
Jonathan,
of.
at the very least, he's a domestic abuser, man. He was
We
kicking
saw
Cassie
what
on the floor,
exactly.
yeah, beating
We
her,
saw. I'm not
spitting
gonna
on her
pay
and shit
for.
like that.
I'm
Where
not
he's
gonna.
not
That's
even
talking
a
for
Now
black
charge
people.
that.
Elvis, on this very show, I have asked people if y'all seen a woman getting her ass whooped in public, would you do something about it? And most of the guys on here said no.
And
I
most
can't
of you
even
Yeah,
prove
niggas,
that.
I wasn't on the show then because I would do something about it, and it
I
wasn't in
you
can't
can go
even.
public. It
back to
I
wasn't in
can't
Africa
listen to
private.
then.
that.
That's all they do on over there is beating the shit out of women and selling kids.
Anyway, guys.
You are a degenerate, Ben. You from your utterance, we can tell you're a degenerate.
What I'm
Ben,
saying is that
are you a FBA ADOS person?
hold on, just let me finish. Y'all been talking for whole hours. I don't want.
We
What
were
I'm
listening to
saying
you
is
talk for
that
30 minutes.
That's a scream,
what I'm
man.
saying is
And
that
our ears hurt.
if you live in a civilized society, everybody is supposed to have due process. And what he was doing, those were adults. You ain't
Ben,
no
we
way.
don't live in a civilized
Hold on, come on,
society.
dude. Come on. Ain't no
Did you
Dude,
see
way.
you
how
don't
he
live in a
whipped that
civilized
woman's ass?
society.
Can I finish?
But did you see how he whooped that woman's ass?
No,
But
because you're
he's not
over
on
speaking
trial for that.
bullshit. You don't live in a
Okay,
in
dude,
the
you
kind
keep
of
saying the
society that
same
you're
thing.
talking about.
Okay, then.
They just executed an innocent man, and DNA
What I'm
proved he was
saying is,
innocent. You call that civilized, nigga?
God damn, y'all can't let
That dude was
nobody talk.
guilty,
Y'all
man.
talk
That
for
dude was
fucking
guilty.
hours, and then y'all
That dude
talking
was
about some
guilty. That's
shit
another
y'all
thing we gotta
claim y'all
talk
don't give a
about.
fuck about.
We gotta talk about every time somebody's on death row, they get executed. When that suddenly he was innocent. No, they because he wore gloves. But his girlfriend said, yeah, he came and confessed. They found all the stuff that was stolen. When that dude was guilty as shit.
No, what I'm saying is this though.
That dude was guilty.
Nobody,
He was guilty. He
a
was guilty.
grown man can't coerce another grown man to go up in his ass. You know what I'm saying? A woman for that matter. These were sex workers. They were adults. As far as poisoning them with drugs, he's not even on trial for that, and it hasn't been proven. We know how groupies get down. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, I'm not fuck if it was Puffy or the Pope. Everybody deserves a fair trial. You understand?
I
And
didn't
this
say he didn't
bullshit about
deserve a fair
him being
trial.
a degenerate, there's nothing illegal about being a
Oh, he's a
degenerate.
degenerate without
I can
fact.
think being gay is degenerate. So should I be able
No,
to
he
lock
wasn't
gay
just
stuff
being
in?
gay. He wasn't just
The
being
nigga is
gay.
bisexual. That's degeneracy too,
So
bro.
is that illegal?
If you're in Africa, it's illegal. If you're in Ghana,
Fuck
it's
Africa.
illegal.
That's why they over here, because it's savagery over there.
That depends on where you at, Dollar Bill.
All right, listen.
I'm asking
I
you,
understand how you
illegal?
feel. I understand what you're saying, and I
Ben,
understand
why
how
you
you
keep saying
feel.
fuck Africa? What's
But
wrong
I
with
am
you?
not. I am not.
Yeah,
As I stated before,
got
Hold
post
on, Dollar
traumatic
Bill.
stress.
Ben, why
That's all
you keep
for
saying fuck
Africa.
Africa?
a man.
He got post traumatic stress,
A
dog.
man who did what he did and got caught on camera taking a
Where's the
woman
evidence
who
at?
wasn't as strong as he was.
Yo, Dollar Bill, if that was
and
your
beating
daughter,
the
your beautiful
shit out
daughter
of her.
getting her ass kicked by Diddy, how would you
as
feel?
far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit if they put
Where's
him
the
under the
evidence,
ground.
Dollar Bill?
The evidence was him
The
putting
nigga
his
was beating
hands
the
on
girl
her.
on the fucking camera.
He's
We
not
gotta
on
stop.
trial for that.
We gotta stop with that. If that was your daughter
He's
shit.
not on
If that's
trial
any
for
damn
that. So what are you
female
Well,
talking
you
look,
about?
see, you should do
maybe
something
he should
about
go
it.
to
Don't
jail
be a
right
bitch.
now, and I'll say, okay, just justice, because even though he's not being tried for that, I think he still should go to jail anyway. You know, so if it takes other charges, put him in jail, fine.
Okay, but that hasn't been proven yet, though. And
I
the
saw
other
The
the
thing
video
I'm
of him
saying
whipping the
is,
girl's
it's not
ass.
illegal
Yeah,
to
we
be a
don't condone
degenerate.
domestic
We seen
abusers on
that.
this platform,
I'm
man. If
saying
you're a
it's
domestic
not
abuser, we don't
illegal
fuck with
to
you,
be
dog.
a
No,
degenerate.
I'm not saying that if he should go to jail for something similar to what he did. Don't up the charges on him. I ain't saying go that far,
Is it
but
illegal
he
to
did
be a
what he did.
degenerate? Yes or no? Is it illegal to be a degenerate?
Ben, what's your problem with Africa?
No, I'm asking a question. Is it illegal to be a degenerate?
We
It
already
should
answered that
be.
Yeah,
question.
being a degenerate could be you're a rapist, you're a sexual
But he's not
abuser,
on that. He was
you're a
talking
domestic
about
abuser. That's all
he's
part
not
of
on that. He's not being
degeneracy.
charged with that though.
Even though he said I'm being charged, we all saw it with our own eyes. That wasn't somebody
He's
else.
not
Yeah,
being
Said
charged
what he
with that
did was
though.
out of pocket.
it was incomprehensible. Any man, okay, to see a woman, I don't care who she was.
He's not being charged with that.
I don't
though.
care. Does that mean it makes it any better? We gotta stop that shit. And people hear us thinking that we even talking like this. They gonna say these degenerate ass.
Hey, Dollar Bill, I know you know niggas next door to you beat bitches' asses. Now come on now.
Nah.
Come on,
You can't put that on Dollar Bill,
so you
bro.
think so? I suppose
Maybe
to
where
go
you
next
live, you
door,
got all your
knock
friends
on
beating
their
their
door
women, man.
and ask them
Real
if they
men
beat
don't
their
condone that
wives' ass?
shit.
Come on, bro. Let's not do that. Let's show a little decorum. We are not gonna cape for that bullshit.
Ain't nobody caping nothing. It's nothing about caping. I said, what is he on trial for? He's not on trial for that.
Every person deserves to have their day in court, but what he did is incomprehensible.
Well, what's incomprehensible? You got people killing and raping children and shit.
Beating women and kicking them and dragging them on camera is incomprehensible. We give a fuck because we're not degenerate and we're not women abusers. Yeah, we give a fuck.
Incomprehensible.
And I bet some of y'all niggas done put hands on bitches.
Oh,
so get the fuck out of here.
You are projecting, my friend. You're projecting.
You have put hands on somebody like that.
I never even hit my daughter.
Somebody was walking away. You went out there and you knocked her down and you dragged her ass right
ain't
back.
nobody above an ass whooping.
Oh,
there you go. He.
Are we really?
The mask off, like Future said. Mask is off now, bro. We know who he is.
Oh, God.
Let me ask you this: why do you think the women act so submissive in the Middle East? Because they know the men will put hands on
I
them.
mean, you are degenerate. We should block you from this platform. We don't want people like you on this platform, man.
Yeah, y'all got the
you advocating for being a domestic abuser, man. You're weak-minded. If you have to beat women, you're weak-minded.
Ain't nobody say you have to beat a bitch. But
you just said it. You said nobody's above an ass whooping. Your wife is above an ass whooping.
Come on, bro.
Your wife is, or your girlfriend is. She's above
we
it.
gotta project ourselves as degenerate ass motherfuckers.
It can be a woman beating a woman's ass. So now what?
And call women bitches. Why? Is it
Some
necessary?
women are bitches. Dollar Bill.
This guy, that's who he is, bro. He has anger issues. He probably had a couple cases for domestic violence, and you're showing your ass on the platform right now. We don't condone men like you.
I know is a dog.
Ain't no woman a bitch
Yeah,
out here.
we don't condone dudes like you on platforms, man. You can't sit and have a conversation with respectable men.
You
can't sit among us, man.
No woman's a bitch out here.
Only bitch I know is dogs, man. I'm not coming in here talking. I'm not gonna listen. This
so
is
all,
the type of
all
shit.
women are angels. Then.
This is the type of shit that we perpetuate, and this is the type of shit that I think that we need to correct. Instead of getting a fucking hotep hat on and running to Africa,
y'all these
we
niggas
need
that
to
call all
straighten
these
this
black
shit
women
out.
queens. Then every woman's a queen, right?
For me, that's fine. I don't have a problem.
Okay, ain't no hoes out here. None of that, right? Every woman's a queen.
We don't think about women like that. We try to encourage women
Tupac
to be
said,
good
Tupac
women.
said, even though my
and
mother
that's
was
why
a
your woman
even
is
though
fucking
my
the
mother
thug.
was a fiend woman,
And that's
I
why
mean, you're projecting, bro. You're projecting. Yeah, you don't have any positive views of women. I think maybe you think your mom is a hoe too. Your mom is a bitch. You call your mom that in your heart. I mean, come on, man. Show some respect to the women, man.
So I'm not gonna
I know
sit up
some
here.
women that let their kids get molested. So now what? I know some
Well,
women
in your family,
but she's not a woman.
or your ex-girlfriend that you were dating, she let you molest her kids.
She's not a woman.
Okay, there you go. You can't have a sensible
I'm asking you a question because you're showing your degeneracy, man.
Dude,
what are you saying?
Are you from? Is this the dude from Africa?
Yeah. This dude from Africa.
Yeah, the whole country is a degenerates over there.
No, you're a degenerate. You're a woman abuser. You're probably a child molester, and you're showing your ass on the panel today.
So get the fuck
Come
out
on, man. You got anger problems, man.
Brother, you caping too
Dollar
much.
Bill don't want to hear you. Collar don't want to hear you. Jonathan don't want to hear you.
You're caping too
You've
much,
proven
brother.
to us tonight that you're an abuser,
too much.
probably both sexual and domestic. I'm not caping for nobody. We don't care about sexual abusers. We don't care about domestic abusers on the platform, bro. You're not welcome in our conversations if that's how you are, bro. Know that.
You're not
We don't
welcome in my
condone it.
fucking country, savage.
Okay,
Nigga, you live in Canada. You're not even here, you fucking dumbass.
I'm in the
Oh,
Western
he lives in
world, nigga.
Canada.
This nigga live in Canada. He had a fleet of United States to go to Canada because he needed a new start. He probably had sexual assaults on his record and couldn't get a job, so he had a fleet. So shut the fuck up with that bullshit, man.
First of
You're a
all, I'm in
degenerate.
Canada legal,
You're
nigga.
not welcome on the platform,
Dude,
dog.
you're an African. You're a savage.
Yes, I'm an African. I'm not a
Yeah,
woman
a
abuser.
savage.
I'm
You
not a
cut your
child
women's
Yeah, we
molester.
private
can't cape
parts
for
off.
that.
You
Yeah,
cut
we
your
can't cape
women's
for you,
private
dog.
parts off,
We
nigga.
can't
Women
cape
and
for you,
all that
bro.
bullshit.
You
Everybody,
ain't got to cape for me. You
bitches
ain't
and
even a fucking
hoes.
human
And
being.
I'm not doing that shit.
That's real
I,
We
talk.
can't cape
I
for
will
you,
say
bro. You're a
that the
child
opinions
molester.
that you
You
have
You
probably
and
got.
goddamn
your
bitches
homes,
lit.
They'll probably
that
kill
I
you
will
if you went to
not.
jail.
All right,
They'll
all right,
probably
all
rape
right
you, put a
now.
broom up your ass.
Anybody else
That's who
want to
you
move
are.
on?
Enough, y'all.
That's who you are, bro.
Enough, y'all.
You the goddamn
Women
bitches lit.
abuser,
Yeah,
child molester. That's your
I think
tag, dog.
you need to get in the back room, bro. For real.
Oh,
That
because I
shit.
don't agree
Yeah,
with
Kyler, put
y'all.
him in
Yep.
the
Because
back, man. He's not a real man, bro.
you talking is some real uncivilized, savage shit.
What? Because I said all women ain't queens.
No, because of other shit, everybody don't deserve an ass kicking and all that
I
crazy
said
shit.
nobody.
As strong as a
Even by
man
another
is,
woman.
as
Women beat
strong as
other
a
women's
fucking
asses.
man
What
is,
are
you
you
think
talking
that's
about?
okay to put your hands on a woman?
I said women beat other women's asses. What are you
Well, that's
talking about?
fine. Let them beat their ass
All
then.
right, then. I didn't say nothing about men. That's your motherfucking mind going there. I said nobody's above an ass whooping.
Bruh.
And that could be from a man on man, a woman on woman.
Listen, bro. The things you have and the ideas that you have, they're not good, man. I'm
no,
not gonna
what you
cape
got
for
is
that.
not good because you putting people above reproach, nigga.
Yeah, I'm
Ain't
gonna put
nobody
my
above
women. The
reproach.
cracker put his woman above reproach. The
And
cracker
that ain't right. So now
the
what?
cracker
Is she a
woman,
hoe?
the cracker woman can turn around and be the biggest whore she want to, and then
she's
she can
still a
turn
hoe.
around and get an Academy
And she's
Award.
still a hoe.
Yo, but he ain't gonna call her a hoe.
I don't
You'll
care. I'm
call
not
her
the
a hoe.
cracker. I call
He
it
gonna
what it
put
is,
on.
nigga.
I'm putting my women on the fucking.
That's what I
pedestal.
said. Men like Ben who
I
have that
believe they're all
mindset shouldn't
queens.
be
He's a
amongst
cake.
decent
my
folks.
He's one of these Umar Johnson ass
You're
niggas.
all my queens.
Nah,
That's
we're
not
men who respect
No,
our
they ain't
women.
all
That's who
queens.
we are. We
They
respect
ain't
our
all
women.
queens.
I'm a cape for my sisters.
Yeah, a
All
lot of them
day.
is crackhead
Ben,
hoes out here.
you ain't got to say they all queens, but you can't be like diddy, then be like fuck these bitches
Yeah,
because
I'm
they
No, I
not. I'm
hoes.
wasn't
not
saying
gonna
fuck
get
these
up here
That don't even
and
make
I
call
said
sense.
my
Diddy ain't got
women
nothing to do with
bitches.
it.
I'm
So
not
don't
gonna
try to
get up
change it
here
around.
and call my
Y'all
women
niggas are just
hoes.
grandstanding.
You understand? I'm not doing that shit. I'm not with that fuck shit.
Well, I'm with the
Nigga, I ain't
fuck shit.
grandson. I took your side on the Diddy point.
I'm not
Shit.
doing that. I'm with you,
That's
Elvis.
you.
I stand
That's
in
you.
solidarity
Go
with
join
you
Dr.
over
Umar
this
then.
niggas bullshit.
All right, fellas. I'm out. Y'all can keep it on the
Elvis,
show.
I salute you.
I
For
salute you
standing up
too, Dollar
against
Bill.
this
Collar, you gotta time this nigga
bullshit.
up for like a month. Can't come on the platform
Get up
talking
here.
that shit,
Man,
man.
You a
your
grown
whole
ass
country
man
is a child
calling a
abuse country.
motherfucker.